Oh, girls are way worse than guys.
Way
worse than guys. Girls are way worse than guys.
Way
man.
worse than guys.
Girls will fucking
And they're
they'll reach for everything, fondle anything and everything. At the girls' club, you can't touch none of them.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah.
and they're the girls. They're cheering.
Oh, the other girls
Their
are cheering.
friends on. Tell
Yeah.
them,
Do it. I dare you to
and
do
then they
it.
all get excited. And, like, yo, they just go crazy.
BDS.
Welcome everybody back to BDS TV. I'm Big Daddy Swolls, and today's guest is Jaye Razor. He is one of the best people I know in the world, on the planet, and my man, he is an amazing person, has the best soul, just an incredible actor as well. He's out here in Hollywood, has been doing his thing for such a very long time. I just want to go ahead and just give him a proper introduction, man. You know, he's got so much style. I think I get some of that from him. But Jay, man, how have you been, brother?
Hey, man, thank you so much for the love, man. I've been well. I'm even better now that I'm here and I'm looking around. I'm going, wow. You know, I've done a couple podcasts before, and brother, you hitting it out the park right off the bat, man. I can sit down here and talk all day long.
Oh, man, thank you so much.
This is a beautiful setup. But then again, I've known you for quite a while. I've never known you to do anything half-ass.
Don't do that.
No, I've known you.
I go all in. I go all in.
Champion.
Oh, man.
I don't know if the people know about it, but your boy got an amazing song. It's called Champion.
Thank you,
I
brother.
tried the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I wanted that. I want to hear that at the Super Bowl, man, because it's that good.
Really?
It's that good.
Man,
I'm
I
telling
appreciate
you, man,
that,
it's
brother.
that good.
Thank
and the
you
deal
so
is
much.
that it has a message.
Yeah.
Everybody's a champion, man.
Yeah.
Look inside yourself. You'll find the champion in you, man. Quit looking at what other people are doing and then thinking like, oh, I can never be that. But no, you can be your own champion in your own life, in your own game.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I just love that damn song. Sometimes it's good too.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Sometimes it's good too, though. But champion was mine, man, because you know I
think you were the first one to hear it.
You were kind of
you
tight
were.
with that. You was like, hey, can't nobody hear it. And I understand it because it's one of those things. Once you hear it, man, everybody's gonna go into the lab and be like, boy, did you hear Champion BDS put that boy? Because that's what I was. I was like, dude, this is real.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of people come up to you. You know, you've been around a while, man. Everybody come up to you like, hey, man, check this out. And you be listening to it. You be like, is that music? He was like, oh, yeah, man. I mean, it's on fire, and I got this. I was like, oh, okay. You know, I don't mess up nobody's dreams. I'm like, okay, this is what I think you need to do. You know me, because you asked me.
Yeah.
Do this, do that, and the other. And I think you might have something there. But the minute I heard Champion, I was like, send it to me.
Yeah, man. Appreciate
Send it to me. And you didn't know this, but I got it off YouTube. I was bumping it.
Did you, man?
I was bumping it, man. I was like, dude,
my guy, man. I appreciate you, man.
But
what have you been up to though? Like, you know, what have you been up to? What have you been doing?
Look, trying to recover from the pandemic is what I've been trying to do.
Still some self-healing.
Oh yeah, everybody, you know, you go through it. And here's what I went through. First, when you're doing your auditions and things, and everybody hits a wave. You're gonna go up, and you're gonna hit that wave, and you're gonna be riding. And it's gonna be great. Then you might end up with some downtime, but from that wave comes notoriety and when you walk into the next audition. You know, because I hit a couple really nice commercials all right off the bat.
I've been seeing you.
Yeah, I hit, well, let me see. What did I hit? I hit something for the veterans, DoorDash. Then I was riding kind of high, not really high off of the little puppet show I did. Oh, what was the name of that? With all the puppets talking dirty, but either way, that was good.
Like with the one with Snoop and all that in
Something
there?
Time Murder, yeah. Happy Time Murder.
Happy Time Murder.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was in the jail scene beating up the little blue guy, so everybody remembered me for that. But what happens
That's cool,
is
man.
when you get a couple commercials and something hits like that, when you walk into an audition, kind of puts you above because oh, he's a working actor. I've seen him do this, that, and the other. So I was riding away. Boom, something big hit. Coca-Cola come calling. Say, hey, look, let's go to Thailand. Let's film a Coca-Cola commercial in conjunction with James Bond. And I was like, what? They was like,
man.
yeah. And they was like, what we're going to do is you're going to be the Bond villain. We got a younger lady and a younger guy who's going to be Bond and the Bond girl. And the whole premise was they come into your little shanty on the island, and they're looking for the last Coca-Cola, and they're fighting over James Bond style. They're both going at it, and you're just sitting there. And they gave me this big claw and some scars and shit. And I was like, all right, this is cool. This is cool. So
Yeah.
we filmed that whole thing, and it came out amazing. I said, this is going to be one of the crown jewels for Coca-Cola.
Oh, yeah.
And then and they're going to show it in conjunction with James Bond. You know how commercials run.
Yep.
If you see a commercial done at a James Bond hit, just before that they'll run like Coca-Cola, but nobody knows it's kind of in junction with the commercial.
Yep.
Cadillac, everybody does that. So, and you'll see my commercial, then you'll see James Bond, or then you'll go to the theater, you'll go to see the latest James Bond. You see the commercial before that.
Yep.
So I was like, okay, this is cool.
really
This is
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
And we nailed it all. It was great. And we shot it in Thailand.
Oh, man.
Stop playing, man.
Yeah.
Stop playing.
So,
Wow.
but I've also seen you in other things too.
dude,
I see you everywhere in the Regal. Before every movie, I see you pop up.
Sons of Anarchy
Sons
was
of
huge
Anarchy.
for me.
Yeah.
Grey's Anatomy was huge for me.
Oh, my buddy Jake was in that. McLaughlin, he was in that
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
My buddy Jake
So,
was in there. Yeah,
I've done quite a few shows,
a lot.
man. And
No, you've been doing a lot for
I've been
a long
doing
time.
a lot. I've been doing a lot, man. Tyler Perry did me a big favor when he flew me down to Atlanta, man. I was down in Atlanta for like a month.
Wow.
And I worked on Have and Have Nots. But he sent me like part of the script, and I was like, okay, I'm reading the script. I said, all right, this is good. So he flew me down, and he said, well, you're going to be like the big badass dude in jail. But the lead character in the show, his name was Wyatt, he said, okay, what you're going to do is you're going to accost Wyatt in jail. And I was like, accost? He was like, yeah, you know, when Riot's in your cell, everybody thinks Riot's killed this kid by running him over, and Riot's going to get off because he has money. So this lady outside with a lot of money, this is the script, says they're going to pay you, and what you're going to do is you're going to like accost Wyatt. I said, all right, I just, so I met the guy, he's a real cool guy, and we got the whole scene set up, and it's a jail down there at one of Tyler Perry's studios and shit, and he says, okay, you're going to yank him off the bed, and here's what you're going to do. You're gonna like rape him. I was like, what happened to accost?
Wait.
So you go rape him.
Is that the new word now for rape?
I'm just trying to keep it a little PC. So
That's a new word.
Man. So anyway, I go in and we do the dialogue and stuff. Man, I yank the dude off the bed, and it's all simulated because you don't even see anything.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, okay, yeah, boom, boom, boom. Beat him up, do whatever, and cut. All right, I'm cool, man, I'm cool. So it airs like, I think 3 or 4 weeks later. Well, I'm walking through the airport again in Atlanta going back. And somebody goes, it's a sister, she goes, hey, I know you. And I turn around and say, well, maybe somebody know me from, my former life as a dancer or something like that. She goes,
we gonna talk about that in a second.
Hey, we can
talk. Go ahead.
We can talk about that. So she says, hey, I know you. And I go, oh, hey, sister, how you doing? I'm going to Atlanta airport. I'm cool. She said, no. Come here for a minute. I'm like, oh, okay, I got a little time. So I go over and, and she did not lower her voice at all. She goes, you raped Wyatt.
Oh, she's one of those.
No, that was, I'm an actor. My name is Jaye Razor. I ain't raped nobody. Tyler Perry wrote that like that. He said, you didn't have to do that to Wyatt. Why you do that to what is? He calls somebody from the back, somebody, Cinnamon comes out and goes, oh, it is him, ain't it? Oh, look at you. And I was like, hey, how y'all doing? What's going on? Yeah, how y'all doing? And so, but, everybody was going by. It's like, why you rape him? What?
Really? It was got that serious?
Dude, they was serious because they serious about Tyler Perry shows, man, in Atlanta. They don't play around.
It really got
So
that
they
serious?
got that serious, and I'm like, all right, let's take some pictures, give me some hugs. All right, let me get the hell up out of here. So yeah, I hugged them, took some pictures, man.
Oh, so they were cool about it.
Yeah, oh
afterwards.
yeah, they were cool about it, but they were just
I would have played into like, yeah, I did. Like, you damn right.
Yeah, but here's the deal, man. Yeah, I'm in Atlanta airport, and Wyatt's a big character down there, and all of a sudden everybody walking by like, oh, you what? And it was like, they don't know, like, no, we're talking like a TV show.
Right.
Because I don't want y'all to have no sky caps. Somebody comes up and hold on, you ain't get on no plane, man. We've heard some strange things about your ass.
Yeah.
So, man, I was like, oh, God. It was a great opportunity, man. Tyler paid me well, man. Got a lot of notoriety off that.
That's
Not the
awesome.
kind I wanted. But
yeah, I mean, there's no such thing as bad press.
that's
right?
true, man. If you acting, you acting. It's just that I don't want nobody to be screaming out across the airport, you raped so-and-so.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, look, it was fun. I had a great time, man. But, you know.
That's still a cool story, man.
Oh, you good roles with the bad roles, man.
Yeah.
It's always going to be something in there.
Right.
That, you know, you're going to love about it. There's going to be something in there you're not going to like about it. Even when I did Sons, got hit in the nose with a bat.
Like really got hit in the nose?
It was a rubber bat, though.
Oh.
Yeah, or was it Ryan Dunst came in, and it was a scene where they were coming to take over. And the Sons of Anarchy guys, and we were doing little stunts, and all of a sudden, bow, hit me right at the tip of my nose with a bat. It stung like hell.
Was it done on purpose? Was
No, it wasn't done on purpose, man. He just got too close.
Oh.
A big rubber bat, and it swung and caught me. Bop. I was like, oh, man, that hurt like hell. Yeah, it hurt like hell. But, hey, look, you sign up for it, don't bitch about it. I signed up for it years ago when I was a kid, man, in 5th grade. I knew that I could do something like this.
Yeah.
So I signed up for it, and, you know, you take the good with the bad. Not that any of that's really bad, because what would be bad is sitting at home and nobody calling your ass, and you ain't got no stories.
Right.
So, hey, look, man, whatever, like you said, ain't no such thing as bad publicity. If you working, you working.
Yeah, yeah.
And I love it. I'm having a good time with it, man. And
It's still moving, man.
Yeah, it's still moving, man. It's still moving.
Anytime I'm in a movie theater and I'm with someone, I'm like, hey. That's my boy right there. That's my dude right there.
The Regal Theater did a whole, and that's another thing that got killed by the pandemic also, because Regal Theater did a whole big campaign on 3 of us, man. It was me and like a Captain America type and a Asian young lady who was all knowing, all seeing. And the deal was is Regal Theaters had these credit cards. And these credit cards you could use any place, anytime in any of the theaters to see any movie. You don't have to go to pay, don't do nothing. It's just a credit card.
Yeah.
And so it was like, wow, that's going to be cool. So they were trying to push that, and they got us 3 to push that. And my thing was, I've seen all movies all the time, and I can tell you this is a great thing to have, blah, 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 blah. So they had big posters. They were going to do big billboards.
Yep.
We were going to do live appearances. And then once the pandemic hit, they shut down all the theaters.
Oh, wow.
Now, dig this. James Bond was going to hit at the same time. The Coca-Cola commercial was going to hit at the same time.
Wait a minute, so there's
the coming attraction was going to hit.
My
if
God.
you done went to the theater, you've seen the Coca-Cola commercial. Oh, hell, that's cool. That's racist. Coca-Cola commercial. Boom, bam. Then James Bond about to come on. Then you see a preview of me talking about the credit card.
Oh, wow.
Dude, it would have been a double factor.
Yeah.
And it was like, and it's James Bond that you're attached to.
Wow.
But when the pandemic hit, everything stopped.
Jeez.
All of it stopped, man.
Is it still chambered, or do they have it? Or?
No, because it was time sensitive. James Bond, they held on for like 18 months, and they just threw it out there. Saying,
gosh,
whatever comes with it, comes with it. Because you were holding it, and you can't hold it for so long, it becomes dated, and then everything else just smushes it. So you threw it out there as soon as they could, which was 18 months into the pandemic. So that whole thing, like you said, recovering mentally, because that hurt.
Yeah.
So you get that,
Crushing.
man. Yeah, because
it's crushing.
If all that hit, and then I go to an audition, it's like, I saw you on the Coke commercial.
Right.
Then I saw you in the coming attractions.
Right.
Boom, you standing in front of everybody in that audition because like, he's already got eyes on him, everybody.
Right.
That commercial is his.
And it's gas. He's got
It's
gas.
He's got gas. That commercial is his. Go. But it hit like that. It shut everything down. And so you're sitting around. He's like, you know what, man? Once this is over, we got to start from the bottom. And where we are now, well, is better than where we were at the very end of the pandemic, which is you get, well, number one, you ain't getting on set without all your shots. And that's something I really did not want to do.
Oh, yeah.
I understood why people did it, but I felt I'm healthy enough.
Yep.
I've had flus and colds before.
Yep. I didn't take it.
I do not know what's in this stuff.
Exactly.
But my only livelihood was that. And it was like, well, if you don't take it, you ain't coming on set. And I was like, what? This is a Disney, boy, or anything. You ain't coming on set.
Got the fake card, though.
Yeah, I know, man. But
You could have got the fake card.
yeah, but my whole deal is with the industry, man. I hate to take chances, so I should have took that chance because I took a chance with my damn life.
Right.
But I took those shots and everything, man, and they hurt me bad.
Yeah.
They really hurt me.
It messed you up worse?
I lost my appetite for a long time.
Did you?
Sometimes it'd be like midnight, I'd be like, did I eat today? And with people like us, come on,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, we got to eat over.
We eat all the
couple
time
minutes.
long, and
Yeah.
you go 2 hours, you're
Yep.
like famished.
Yep.
I felt nothing. Weight was dropping. I said, come on, man, this is wrong. But every time I took that shot, I was down for 12 hours.
No. How many times you take the shot?
3.
You took 3 shots?
I took the first one. Then they said you got to have the backup one.
What?
And then
Who are?
hold on.
Okay.
I got called to do. My boy hooked it up and said, "Hey, man, you want to be in Guardians of the Galaxy's Christmas show?"
I saw that
Yeah, I
on
see
your
his name number. He
IG.
said-
That was dope.
He said, "This ain't gonna be nothing but a little bar scene, man. I just want to act with my boy." I said, "Hell yeah!" So
Who's your
boom.
boy?
Batista, man. Yeah, he hooked me up with
See,
it.
I
man.
already knew that. I just wanted you to say
right.
that.
If you know me, you go to my.
I see you
know-
training with Batista every now and then.
You know
Yep.
me, he's my boy,
Yeah,
man.
I don't
And,
say nothing,
I got
but,
a
you know.
lot of boys.
Yeah.
You my boy, man.
Yeah.
Big Rico, my boy.
Yeah.
Aldo's my boy, man.
Yep.
Ben's my. I got some boys, man.
Real ones.
And some real ones, man.
Yeah,
that
man.
and you know most people say, "Now you can't have no more than 5 fingers." Well, nigga, when you get, excuse me, when you get 61
Say what you
years
want to
old,
say here, bro.
when you
We
get
good.
61, you got some boys because you know how to pick your boys.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
matter of fact, when you called, I was like, you said, "Hey man, I need you." I was like, "Hey, what?" He was like, "Yeah, this, that, and the other." Boom. I said, "All right, let's pick a day." You called me like 4 days ago, and I said, "Okay, I'll be off work Monday.
Yeah.
We can do something then, or we can shoot this like the day after Wednesday. Boom, whatever you want to do."
Yeah.
And I'm coming, and I'm being here till we get it in because you're my boy, man. I see you work and do your thing.
Man, I
You
appreciate you,
know,
bro.
yeah, but
I'm still trying, man.
hey, brother, we always gonna be trying. If you got $1 gazillion in the bank and
Yep.
you got 0, you still gonna be trying because the mark of a man is he's never satisfied.
Never.
He'll always want to find what's next.
Next,
That's an
yeah.
explorer in life.
Because then we start dying if we stop chasing that.
That
for
is
some
the
reason.
thing.
People say, what do they say? Don't be greedy or feel like you have enough. But I don't know. As me as a man,
Yeah.
I feel like if I stop wanting things, I become.
Well, yeah.
I feel like I start to die.
The problem is that most people that look at the want as greed, it's not the want that's keeping them going. It's the challenges.
Yeah, it's a challenge.
It's the challenges.
Yeah.
Man, you get up in the morning like, I want to.
I need
do
a.
that.
I need something.
Yeah, I need something. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna conquer that because that's what we do as men. You gotta
Yeah.
go. You get up and you go and you conquer some stuff, man.
But we're grateful for what we have for sure.
Oh,
Like, I mean,
hell
my
yeah.
goodness, I sit and sometimes a lot of my stress just goes away from just sitting back and thinking to myself, like, man, I got all this cool stuff and cool people around me, and you really like just get locked into something and you get stressed out because things are going around that one thing. You don't look at all the amazing stuff you have around, and I'm starting to realize that more now as I've been even just because of the show even.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see how many people got love for me, and how many amazing people got
Bro,
love for me.
you're going to have them lined up once everybody knows.
Yeah.
Trust me, you're going to have them. You ain't have no problem getting guests.
Yeah, I know, man.
You know, and you ain't and the serious people that I know
Yeah.
you ain't even talk to you ain't got to talk to them. They already ready. I know they
Yeah.
ready. That's why you called me. I was like, I know who he knows.
Well, of course you, man. Like, you're like one of the number ones, man.
I'm
You know
gonna be
what
one of
I'm
your
saying?
homies, but one of these
Yeah.
days people gonna look up on this couch and be like, "Oh, wait a minute, he got who?" Yeah, I know who you know.
Well, I know you are gonna be. If not, you already are. But you're gonna be bigger than what you are. You
Well,
know? And
yeah.
I mean, you're nothing short of amazing, man.
Thank you, brother.
know what I
Thank you.
mean?
I'm happy.
I can't take nothing from you. Like nothing.
I'm definitely happy with my progress in the acting industry, but I'm ecstatic with the people I've met that are still in my life.
Yeah.
That drives me every day. Excuse me, to talk to somebody and pour love into them and stuff, and make sure that they doing good.
But that's all you
That-
always
that-
do. Every
but
time I talk to
I
you,
know,
or I jump in the conversation. I'm sorry, I don't even mean to come close to even interrupting, but I'll come walking up, and all you're doing is saying some amazing stuff to somebody. Like, that's what you do.
I do, because I love people.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, man. And you know I know this about you. You know this is about me and as well as others. I have a saying: is the lawn of humanity. You need to pull the weeds every now and then,
Yes.
because we all have goodness in our heart, and when there's those out there that don't.
Right.
And they want to be the dandelions in the lawn of humanity. Yank them.
Yeah.
Yank them by the throat.
Quick.
Throw them in a damn dumpster. Set it on fire. Because, excuse me, if you don't, one thing about a dandelion, it'll grow 2, 3, 4, 5, and then your whole lawn is nothing but weeds. You know? So that's how I look at a lot of stuff, man, in life, man. And I try my best to keep an even kill. And just be polite, nice, and endearing in a humanitarian kind of way with any and everybody I meet. I'll give you 1 chance, 2 chance. The 3rd chance, if I don't get that back, fuck you.
Yeah.
3rd chance, fuck you. I know what you're about, and I don't mind you being gone.
You still give 3 chances. I give like 1 now.
I know you do.
I give like 1. I give it like I actually. If I even think someone is like trying to do something, that's where I'm kind of like, I'm pretty good like that. I mean, there's some females that got away with a couple little more than 1, 2, and 3 chances.
Of course.
You got the heart into it. You know what I mean? But when it comes to the men, we got to be a little more tougher on them.
Well, hell yeah, because men can be dangerous, man. And men always have not that females don't have an agenda of their own, but sometimes you get people around you, they have an agenda. If you peep that out quick, you'll be like, nobody get out.
Yep.
Sometimes what I want to do is to see if that negative agenda that they have is a facade. Because if it is, how can I help you not do that? Because that's going to get you nowhere in life. Right. Because what's going to happen, you're going to run into a Big Daddy Swolls, you're going to knock your fucking head off someday. I'm giving you the 1st chance. I'm going to give you the 2nd chance, okay? Somebody else out here in this world is not going to give you those many chances. And I've talked to a lot of guys, young guys, that want to have that tough exterior and that think they want to be a gangster. You ain't no gangster.
Nope.
You ain't no gangster. You ain't got no idea what a gangster is. But everybody think that because they walk the walk and talk the talk, that they're a gangster. You're not. So quit pretending, or you gonna run into one day, and you're gonna give your ass but 1 chance, and that's gonna be it.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
So yeah, that's why I always try to lead with that, and I give you 1, 2, and 3 chances. And if I get to that 3rd chance, and all of a sudden you're like, man, I'm just lost. I don't know. This is why I'm this way. All right, let's start there with a younger person. Let's start there. Why do you feel that the tough is the way for you to go? Because everybody wants to have the tough.
Right.
Why do you feel that that's the way that you go? Why isn't it cerebral? Why isn't it creative? Are those the way to go? Because sometimes as young men growing up, they don't see the cerebral. They don't see the creative. They only see the tough. So the tough is needed. Sometimes in the environment you grow up in, the tough is definitely needed.
Yeah, of course.
Once you leave that environment, what I try to tell them is recognize where you're at. Because some places, sit down, be quiet. It's about business. Be a gangster on the paper. Be a gangster with your paper. Okay? You don't have to be a gangster with your fists and pull out your gat and your guns and your heat and shit. You don't have to be a gangster. In certain rooms, this is gangster. The creative process. In this room, I think this room combines everything. But in this room, the creative process is gangster. When you turn it on and you look, you go, oh, that's a gangster. I love that. This is a different room than the one on the corner.
Yes, it is.
Okay? But if you come from that corner and you try to bring that in here, sometimes you might be able to ruin, because this is going out to the world, you might be able to ruin what's out there for you because of perception. and you're putting that gangster forward. I'm just here, wait, man, don't even think about me. And somebody's going, I liked him, but I don't want him around. And you just cut yourself off from some blessings because you're putting out a facade. Now, we know real gangsters.
Yep.
The real gangsters, that's what they want. It's like, well, that's my money. That's the world. That's how I get down. So I'm a real, okay, well, then that's gangster.
They make a career out of that.
They make a career out of it, but they take the blessings with it, and they also take the consequences with that, too.
It's always hard when you try to mix that world with the business world.
Yeah.
Because, like so many opportunities get shut down. I mean, I understand it because like having to drop that part of me was one of the hardest things I had to do because I became, I was bullied a lot, like an extremely amount as a kid, like a lot of people don't know that about me. And so that's why I spent my lunches and my recesses in the gym, like all the time. I was always having people would like look and point and laugh.
Man,
it wasn't
somebody was taking your snickerdoodles.
Yeah, well, it was worse than that. It was worse than that,
What?
Yeah, it was worse than that. And so, it was just that time. And then, I ended up hooking up with some, rougher dudes. And, without saying too much. And, a couple of them ended up getting shot. And, and I'm like, man, I just need to hurry up and just go straight to the Marines. So
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Both military. That's right.
Yeah. Remember?
I totally understand that, man. You see a path and you hit it. You get the hell up out of there and stuff. And
that's the only way out. Because I had no other resources. I had no one I could reach out and touch and to pull me out of that situation.
Man, I do get
That's the only resource I had to get out of where I was from.
Yeah.
And then I had a gunnery sergeant tell me, man, just jump right into college. So I started to put myself around people. But the thing is, I still had that mentality.
Oh, yeah.
So it was really hard for me to pull anything positive out of it and then implement that from where I'm from into... No one taught me how to, or you even, how to acclimate.
No.
You had to learn that by being punished, by having blessings stripped from you.
Ooh.
Big blessings.
Man.
Big connections. You would get up there, get liked, and just like you said, we would get,
hey, look,
ostracized from all of our blessings.
All your blessings, man, because you look out beyond that corner or beyond the blocks where you ruled and you had to be tough and you had to have a certain demeanor about yourself. Out there in the real world, it doesn't work. It doesn't. There's no real place for it. Like I said, you can be a gangster on paper. You can be a gangster in your mind with the things that you're doing, the maneuvers you're making. But when you come with a gangster's bravado, especially when you're a little bigger than most people, man, trust me, they won't say nothing to you, but they'll start the wheels rolling to get rid of you.
Yep.
And I've been in a lot of places, man. I've had that. I walked through, man, like, I ain't taking shit from none of y'all, man. See, I can go on with that old lunchroom talk. Fuck with me and see and find out.
Yeah.
And then next day, all of a sudden, your duties are less. You're like, okay, that's fine. I don't want to do that shit anyway.
Right.
Next thing you know, they're less. The next thing you know, you get a lesser title. He's like, what the hell's going on? They're quietly getting your ass the fuck away from them.
Right.
And you don't even recognize it because you're not a gangster on paper. You're not a gangster in the mental. But you're a gangster with the bravado.
Yeah.
And they're like, get that shit out of here. And the real gangsters talk to a lawyer. They gangsters on paper.
Yeah.
Woo, ain't nobody gangstered more money than a lawyer.
Dude,
Ain't nobody gangstered more money than a politician.
Yeah.
And they ain't swung and punched and kicked nobody.
No. And that's the thing about, but they've gotten their beats down too. They've gotten beat down.
Yes.
Like that's one of the hardest things I've had to learn about becoming successful is the more that I could take disrespect, the more that I could take punishment from people and conniving stuff, the more that I could withstand and not losing my cool or my temper to blow up in front of people, even though this person deserves to get the shit knocked out of him for what he did to me. He deserves to get beat down. I know people that deserve not to be alive for the stuff that they've done to me. Right. But as I got older and as I became more successful and surrounded myself with successful people, I had to learn that the more callous I am, like not resistant to being attacked, the more successful I was able to elevate, because you have to be able to be almost bulletproof in a certain sense of
Oh,
way.
man.
Like, and the more bulletproof you are, the higher you're able to
If
go.
you're going to
It's
be
crazy.
successful in a large way, you definitely have to be more and more bulletproof with every
Yeah.
level you go to.
Right. You can't be so sensitive to
No,
it.
you
Yeah.
can't be sensitive.
And it's
You-
hard.
It's very hard because some people are just downright disrespectful verbally.
You have to deal with it.
Yeah, you got to deal with it because you got to get past them because sometimes the way that, when you got that bravado and you gangster yourself, that particular style of getting what you want can interrupt your life.
Oh yeah, the pride. Yeah, the pride.
It will
all of
interrupt
yeah.
your life. And I always tell people, look, don't let a moment interrupt your progress or whatever. One punch, one's body, any of that.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, 18 months, 7 years, interrupted. You come back and everything's past you or whatever. Just imagine if you get into something, this got to shut down for a minute.
Everything's
And this is, man, I'm like, boy, this is happening.
man.
But
I appreciate you.
If you get into anything, it's got to shut down for a minute.
Yep.
And somebody else is going to be, that you just starting today
They're
or
waiting.
started yesterday.
Yep, they're waiting.
Yeah.
They're waiting to take it from you.
Oh, yeah, they wait. They
Yeah,
definitely
go
wait.
ahead, slip up.
Yeah, slip up,
Be
slip
gangster.
up.
Oh, I hope
Yeah.
he
I hope
goes
he
back
does.
to gangster
I hope he
again.
does.
I hope he beats that guy up. I hope
And next
they
thing you
get to
know,
him.
You click on YouTube, it'll be
Yeah.
somebody, it won't be your tag, but it'll be just like this.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, welcome. You'll be like, hey, man, I was doing that shit
What's Razor doing on there?
Hey, this shit look familiar. This look real familiar, man. Where'd you get this from, man? Man, one guy was doing podcasts. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah.
Got some ideas from this guy a
Yeah,
long
got
time
some
ago.
ideas from this guy. So yeah, man. Once you hit your stride, man, you got to stay there. You got to sometimes take, and you, like you said, you got to be very callous
Yeah.
because people are definitely going to be disrespectful. They're going to be coming at you from both sides, and in order to reach the top of the mountain, man, it is not easy.
No.
But it can be done if you just understand what you got to do to go through it, man. And the understanding part comes from, okay, I'm gonna be disrespected. People gonna be saying negative shit to me that I'll usually backslap them over.
All the time, yeah.
I can't do that now because I'm on to a bigger and better thing.
Yes.
And once you get up there, now you can to those that were trying at that level. Now you're untouchable,
Right.
But you're running into maybe some bigger problems.
Right. Well, I mean, just talking about just being disrespectful. I mean, talking about robbing you, all that stuff, taking things from you, stealing opportunities, talking bad about you, and missing out on opportunities. I mean, you're
Man.
talking about there's a million different ways these snakes will crawl. They will build up a facade and make something up. You know, just the thing, and you just have to sit there. And you have to take it.
You have to take it. Hey, man, I can tell you. I'm gonna tell you a story, man. I'm gonna keep all the names out of it, man. But
Story
look,
time.
story time.
Story time.
Story time.
After you. Yeah, man. Jaye Razor is one of the most kind, loving people I've ever met in my life. And he's been through a lot, too. So I actually have to say, man, for him to be able to come here and be on this show and be able to make it this far in life is no short of a miracle. It's no short. He's another statistic anomaly. He shouldn't be here, just like me. I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be enjoying anything that I'm enjoying right now. It's one of these things that I feel like every day I wake up and I'm blessed. And especially to be in this man's company is it's really important for me to share with you guys that he is a great person. So
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it. And I am an anomaly because, brother, when I grew up, it was bad. But let me finish up what I was talking about. Guy I used to audition with, man, great, big old kind of wrestling looking kind of guy, big old white guy, long hair. I'm not gonna say his name or nothing. He's got tapped to do a television show that was already greenlit for like 3 years, man. It had a #1 star on it, man, and a star was somebody that already had a #1 television show.
oh wow.
Okay, they brought him up north, and they said, okay, the lead #1 guy likes you. This is yours. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. This, that, and the other. This is what you're gonna make per episode. Way beyond what we normally make, because we're doing, auditions and commercials and shit. When you get that per episode network money, you're like, wait a minute, that's crazy. And that's what he was getting. It was signed right there. Boom.
Like the $1 million episode type checks.
Well, not that much, but damn,
Yeah, close,
on
right?
your way.
Well, I got a friend that does really well per episode.
Oh,
like
yeah, you can,
like 100, 150.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like real stuff. Yeah.
So what happened is they got him out there, but the producer said, I know number one likes him, but I want to try something else. Everybody was like, no. This guy's perfect. Look at him. He's got that look for this role. The producer, everybody likes him. He said, well, what's going on? The producer was like, let me just see somebody else. The producer kept saying, let's see somebody else. It was like, look, okay, whoever you want to bring in, we'll humor you because you're the producer. So they bring in a guy. And this guy was okay, but he was not what they already had. Number one, it was like, I don't like that guy. What's wrong with the guy I like? He said,
Talking about you.
no, it wasn't me.
Oh, it wasn't you.
No, it wasn't me.
Oh,
No,
okay.
We're talking about a big old tall white guy, long hair. It wasn't me.
Okay. What's up, everybody? I'm Big Daddy Swolls. Hopefully you're enjoying your entertainment on BDS TV. If you are, please make sure to give me a like, comment, and subscribe so you guys can be the first to be notified about new content that's released. Also, be sure to check out my website, my music page, my social media platforms, and our merchandise store, all listed on the links below.
You told me the story, and I felt for him. And he said, yeah, man, so they brought this other guy in, and what happened was the producer was adamant about, no, this is the guy we like. We like the other guy. And everybody said, no, the first guy is good. The number one guy on the show who already had a hit show said, I like the big guy. And they was like, no, we're going to go with this guy. He said, well, look, man, the last call is yours. You are the producer. Mm-hmm. And so they told my boy, they said, look, we're sorry, but we're going to go another way. He said, wait a minute, man. I relocated my whole family.
Wow.
Everything. And you guys, no, we're going to compensate you as if you've done an episode where you're going to be all right. Boom. Send him back to audition roll, back down to LA, because he was way up north. Send him back down to LA so the producer's friend could have that spot.
Wow.
Now the producer, and this all came from the dude when he was back on audition telling me, he said, you know why the producer got his boy that spot? And I was like, well, probably because he was his boy and shit. Nepotism, was he related? He said, no. He said they were both within the same religion.
Oh.
And he told him, he said, now that I've got you.
Normal Hollywood hire procedure.
Now that I've got you this spot on this show that's greenlit for 3 years, don't forget who you kick up to.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So he worked some magic, got old boy out of there, got his dude in there. Whatever comes out of it, whatever your check is, you know what percentage comes to me.
Oh, yeah.
And comes to our organization.
Yeah.
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 So my boy got backstabbed, pushed out, and he's right back down audition roll just because Hollywood can do what the fuck it wants.
You damn right they can.
And that's what they did to the old boy. And he was like, man, and he told us, everybody was like happy as shit. Dude, you gonna be on what? You gonna be working with who? It got green, what? He said, man, it's an awesome show. And I had auditioned for it, and I read the script, so I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a hit. And they threw him out the back door because the producer said, I need my boy in there because my boy's good. He's got to, You can tell no regular dude like, oh, you got to kick it. What? No.
Wow.
But since it was your boy, y'all both belong to this organization, if I get you this job, remember who you kick up to.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a lot of I would say, standard operating procedure that goes on in a lot of businesses that get to a point where they can hire people, and they will hire them if they get a piece.
Yes.
If they get a piece of their check, they will plug their music, they will plug their actors, they'll plug their friends, they'll plug anyone they can as long as they can get a piece kicked back. They need their kickback, and that's extra money. That's extra. I mean, you should see how these record companies,
the record business. I can never.
I'm not going to touch too much of it because I'm still in the music, so I understand the game. But like I said, I'm not looking for any help or handouts or anything like that. If I'm going to make some moves, trust me, I'm gonna do it the right way with the right people. And I'm actually talking to some people about some things right now to make some things pop.
Good.
There's always that situation where you do have to kick back.
Yeah.
Now, I won't say whether I do or I won't or I'm willing to, but I mean, it's business. And
It is.
that's a hidden thing that people don't talk about, but you do have to be connected. You have to be liked, and your network is your net worth. And the people who you do know is basically what you're going to end up being worth.
Yes, your currency.
Yeah.
Who are you? Who are you attached to?
Who likes you? Who doesn't like you?
Who doesn't like you?
How? Yeah. Well, who really likes you? You know.
Yeah, we know that. Yeah.
Who really likes you, bro?
Who really likes you?
That could be a whole another thing that I don't even want to talk about because I see enough of that going on. But I will tell you this. It is part of the business, and I do feel sorry for people that have to go through and be on the other side of it. But that just means you need to sharpen your tools, and you need to and you can't go blown up, because if that guy was to blow up and ruin all these opportunities and create an image of him not being liked by all these other people, when he does finally get to the point to where he can be liked again, they're going to shut him down. He'll cut himself out. He'll cut himself out.
Yeah.
So you have to be able to take a punch like that.
Yeah.
You have to be able to and then the guy might even come back later on, like, hey, man, I'm sorry, man, but let me do this for you.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll even do that.
Yeah.
But it's a whole circle of bullshit that you have to understand.
Shit.
And that's in every industry.
Speak on it, man. Every industry.
Every industry.
Man.
You think these people don't know how to plug a record to get it back? Like, hey, we get this money, we'll kick it back that way.
Yeah.
You think these politicians don't have all these nonprofit organizations and their cousins and their and all these other people employed that are getting these government contracts and then taking a piece off of those government contracts,
man, by the time
and then kicking back to the people who did the deal and back into the nonprofit. Oh, let me go ahead and donate some of this money to this nonprofit after the 15% I got after selling you all those masks. I put the mask deal together, so I'm gonna get 15% because it's my company. I'm putting the mask deal together with China, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna take my 15%, and then I'm gonna donate. Since I'm gonna keep 5% for getting the job, I'm gonna donate 10% back into your nonprofit organization. And this politician has suddenly got, I don't know, millions of dollars in his nonprofit organization.
And then you know what? Here's another part of the game. You come along like, well, I understand that, so let me do that. No. You can only wear these type of masks.
Exactly.
And you're like, wait a minute, no, but a mask is a mask. No.
The ones that say that they don't work.
My politician friends will tell you when they go on the news tonight that these are the best masks. And you be like, what? The game is rigged.
It's always rigged. And it's like,
rigged.
We all know it. I don't know why they're trying to hide it. That's one thing. I'm just like, I don't know why they're even trying to hide it at this point. But this is all business. It's all related, whether it's doing it from Hollywood, playing a game, from being a little child at the park, from you're wanting your best friend to get on your team to all the way up to the top. All the way up to the top.
It's always a game,
because
man.
it's how well you play the game. And like I said, I'm not mad at these politicians because they figured it out.
Yeah,
they figured it out. And people believe them. People still believe politicians.
People still believe politicians, man.
That's more stupid than thinking a stripper likes you.
Look.
You think a politician likes you, I know you think strippers like you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
At least you get something from the stripper. At least they naked. The politicians just sit there.
They just take your money. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
And your compliments.
Yeah, man. Politicians take your whole damn life, man.
I never believe it's a motherfucking thing, man, that they say.
No.
Never will. I just live my life. Leave me the fuck alone. I'll play your game. I got to play the game. I got to learn the game. And
learn the game.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, that's how you doing, everybody? This is your boy Jaye Razor. Check me out on BDS TV, Big Daddy Swole TV. It's the hottest thing going. You can find out all about me on the caption below. Everything Instagram, the Jaye Razor. I love to hear from you all, your opinions on the show, even if you like it, if you didn't like it. And you can just keep up with the things that I'm doing, and it's going to be a lot of hot stuff like this, BDS TV.
Challenge accepted.
That's the way it's going to go with any endeavor you partake in. Is always the higher you get up, the more you're going to understand that you're going to run into some bullshit, man.
With any game.
So you got to be tough with the skin. You got to play the game, man. Lawrence Fishburne told me something at Gold's Gym.
He trained at Gold's?
No, he came in. You remember Lim used to train at Gold's?
Yeah.
Lim was his brother.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, Lim was Lawrence's brother, man.
I never
Lawrence came
even...
into that Joker, man. Yeah, everybody. Well, he came at night, like he was walking around. And I said, shit, that's Lawrence Fishburne. I said, man, I got to talk to him. So I came up to him and said, hey, Mr. Fishburne, I'm an actor. I just want to tell you, man, everything you did, I found amazing. And you're like somebody that I look up to in this industry. And one day I hope to be in your shoes. And we were like standing right there. And he looks down at me, man. I said, oh, he about to like give me. He dropped his mug, looked down at me, and he looked up. He said, look like you're standing pretty close right now. I just kind of started laughing. Then we started talking about motorcycles and all kind of stuff. Real cool dude, real open dude.
How awesome is that when you run into someone like that?
Oh, man, it was amazing.
Isn't that the best thing?
Yeah, and then he told me something. He said, I'll tell you one thing about this acting business. And I said, he about to drop a gem. He said, just don't quit.
Right.
He said, just don't quit.
Right.
He said, you're going to get knocked down, dragged out, pushed back, door slammed in your face. Just don't quit. Trust me. You'll make it. Because you grow together in Hollywood. With the people you come in with, you grow together in Hollywood.
Right.
So when all the older guys say, I don't want to do this shit no more, one of your boys becomes director or the lead in the studio, and he remembers, BDS, he remembers Jaye Razor. He said, them my guys, man.
Right.
Boom. And you come in.
You're known as great work ethic.
Yeah.
You get along. You show up on time. You're polite. You can handle someone yelling at you. You can handle it. You're cool. And handling your cool is probably like the number one thing.
On set?
Not just anything.
Boy.
You know, right? So if they know you know how to handle your cool, they know how you know how to de-escalate situations, make things better, of course they're going to want to work with you. That's part of the hardest thing. Most of these people, not most, but a lot of them, you'll see them with the same group of people doing the same movies.
Yes,
all
Ocean's
the
11.
time. Yeah, all
Ocean's
the time.
13.
Yeah.
Yes, man.
Well, I mean, look at what's the name of that movie? I think it was like Jonah Hill was in a lot of them. All those actors stick together.
They all stick together.
What's super bad.
Adam Sandler. All his people.
Adam Sandler, same people. David Spade. You know who Adam Sandler.
You know he's
people
gonna be
are.
in his movies, man.
Yeah, you already know who's in his movies, and those are the people that he trusts. That he knows are going to show up. No, he's not going to cost a day of set for an actor not being there.
I'm gonna keep everybody getting this bread. I'm gonna keep all my people getting this bread as long as they're worthy and they prove that they belong here and stuff like that. And they've done that throughout the years that we've been together in Hollywood, man. So that's how it works, man. You just stick with your crew and y'all grow together in Hollywood. Everybody grows together in Hollywood, man.
Yeah. Could you imagine actually finding a solid person out here to grow with? The sky's the limit. No one's like, no, I'm doing my own thing. I mean, could you imagine putting a team together? And you would run Hollywood. If anybody could put a team together, the thing is, it's just so vain.
That's the
so just me.
Yeah, everybody.
It's just about me.
Look, man, everybody want to be the lead singer, but all y'all can't sing,
right?
Everybody can't be the lead damn singer, man. Yeah. It's a band back there. Some drums need to be played. It's called playing your position.
Right.
There's a horn over there, and there's guitar, and there's a lead singer.
Yes.
Y'all don't be interchanging parts, man. Know your role.
Right.
Get your butt up, and everybody gonna grow together. You're gonna grow together.
I'm talking about major money.
Yes.
Then you can go do your own thing later on if you want to chase your dream.
Yeah, if you want to change your dream, do your side project, do whatever,
all
man.
That.
But grow together in Hollywood, get to where you belong. If you got a lead, follow the lead, play your position, and it will work out for you. But like you said, everybody wants to be out front. Everybody wants to be vain. Everybody wants to be like, I know what I'm doing, and I'm gonna do this on my own.
Yeah.
I said, no, dude, it don't work that way.
Not if you want to grow by yourself, with
growing by yourself
team.
is hard.
Yeah.
Takes a long time.
Yeah.
And the deal is that you do also need people that's watching out for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you hear something, you be like, let me call Swolls, man, because this right up his alley, man. Hey, look, I'm sending you over there. You got to do this with this guy, man. Boom, boom, bam. You grow together. But if you ain't got no people around, you're going to miss so many opportunities, man.
Yeah.
You're going to miss real people around you. You're going to miss a lot of opportunities, man.
Yeah, I mean, that could go from anything, too. I mean, not just Hollywood. It could go from getting a contract with a company, getting a job, working anything. just a word of mouth for Hollywood. Like, oh yeah, I know a guy that he's really good at this, or I mean, it's Hollywood is the same thing as any other business, as any other way. It's the same thing, but it's just more personal. It's more in your face, so you feel it.
Yeah.
You feel it.
You feel it?
Right.
Dog,
right. And not to mention all the distractions that are around. All the people like, yeah, I could do this. Yeah, I could do that. Weeding through the bullshit is probably 99% of Hollywood. Weeding through
the bullshit
is
99% of Hollywood.
Yeah.
That is. That dude, let me tell you another story, man. I came out to Hollywood. My very first time was like in the late 90s, man. I was staying with my boy over in Toluca Lake. He had ran into this guy, and this guy told him he was a big-time director. And he said he had some stuff for him because my boy was trying to act too. But the dude looked just, everybody has their look, their thing. And I'm really perceptive. And I'm like, he's a big-time director? Oh, okay. I don't know. Right. Anyway, but if he say yes, he is. I don't know this Hollywood thing to that extent yet to say that he's not. So him and my boy was hanging out, man.
So you're getting into Hollywood.
Yeah, this is when I was 97.
This is when you're starting to get into
Starting to get into Hollywood.
Right.
So the dude would come by and he scoop my boy up and they go out, this, that, and the other, man. And one day, man, I was just out on in the lawn, on the yard and shit. And I'm looking at him and he pulls up and my boy was not that perceptive. He pulls up in a beat-up-ass RAV4. And I was like, what? That's the director, dude? Oh, okay, all right. Then we end up all going to this little party, right? He ain't told us nothing but other than he was a director. My boy was like, man, he's a director, man. He knows his stuff about Hollywood because he knows some things about Hollywood. We've been here for a minute, man. But the deal is that he was putting it on so thick at the front end that you really couldn't see what was on the backside. But me, I look and see if you fit that front end that you're putting shit on. If you don't, I'm start looking around the back. Right. Because he don't fit what he's saying. Let me look around the back and see what's going on. Yeah. So we all went to this party, right? And I was like, okay, we walking to the party, man. This dude's like Hollywood, he's a director. So we get up to the door and stuff, and they're like, no, hold on. You ain't on the list. You ain't this. You ain't that. And I was like, I looked at my boy, and my boy was just like, and I'm looking at the dude, and the dude was like, no, man, but let me tell you, man, hold on, man. Let me talk to you for a minute. And then, security was like, no, we ain't no talking to me, man. You ain't getting in. Who are you? You ain't getting in. Yeah. Another security guy comes out and goes, yo, Razor, what's up? I'm like, what up, big dog? And he was like, y'all on the list? I was like, no, we ain't on the list. My boy said he was gonna he said, get all that, man. Come on in, dog. Hey, and I looked at him, I was like, huh. Because, when you come out here,
it's not a good look, man.
Not a good look. I work security, and so I know a couple of these guys. I like the security dude getting you in before all your little directing credits that you probably don't have. Mm-hmm. Come to find out later on, man, he ain't done shit. He hadn't done shit. Yeah. But he sold everybody a bill of goods, man.
Yeah, because they know enough to fool you.
They know enough to fool you, and they know that you want to be a part of that world so bad that you're just praying that everything they say is right.
But they continue to do this because they love the gas they get from it. Oh, they love all the air they're just getting, and you're just feeding their ego while they're telling you lies. Yeah. And they'll just and they'll be like, and they'll live in it.
They'll live in it.
They'll literally live in this lie just because they're getting attention and gas from you. I mean, the people that lies just out here is just insanity.
That's one thing I don't like about Hollywood. Because you just run into liars after liars after liars. So sometimes you gotta really scrutinize people, man, that say that they got certain things going on in the industry. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Google your ass.
Why you even talking about
to somebody?
Yeah. Why are you even talking about it?
Yeah. Why are you talking about it?
All the people I know that are somebody don't say anything. They don't even want to be seen.
No.
I mean, I've seen people come up to Hammer, but hey, I'm Stanley. Very nice to meet you. Yeah. And they don't recognize that's rare. It's rare to recognize Hammer. Very rare.
Very rare.
I've seen it like once, maybe twice out of like the 15 years I've been rolling with them. I mean, it's very, very.
That's an icon, man. Yeah.
But I mean, like,
don't hurt him, man.
That man don't need to say nothing.
No.
Zilch, zero. No. Like he walks in the room, the energy just changes.
Well, dude,
that's how you know. And it's not even. it's not even him being seen. It's just it's the energy he brings. With someone like that, just the energy they bring into the room is insanity.
That's how he is. The deal about it is when you, like I said, he's an icon. When you get to that point, your facial recognition is beyond anything you can buy, say, or do. Just walk in. And people goes, they automatically know, boom.
Yep.
I know everything I need to know about that guy right there.
Yeah. Like I was, like I was at BET Awards with him, and he was the only one with the dressing room.
Cool.
Only one.
Yeah.
And everyone showed him homage. I mean, he's the man, bro. I mean, first one to go platinum.
Yeah.
#1 longest ever, like, record on the hip hop charts for like.
One of the first one to have those big production videos.
Yeah.
Other than, did Mike come before that? I think Mike came before that.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Well, he's pop. This is hip hop.
That's right.
He was one of
the first ones. Okay, hip hop. That's right.
Yeah.
Because he has Pac in one of his videos.
They were like best friends. They were real close. Yeah, they were real close. Yeah. He wrote a song for Hammer. Then actually Pac ended up doing. I'll let you guys go Google that because I want you guys to check that out. I'll put it out there. But there was a song that Tupac wrote for him that Tupac ended up doing and putting on his album. Yeah, but like they were really close towards the end of Tupac. Yeah, they're very close.
I knew they knew each other, but I know how close they were, man. But,
well, they're both from the Bay. They're all around there.
The Bay Area.
Yeah, well, Pac. Yeah, I loved all that, man. That was just an incredible time in my life. But yeah, man. I don't want to sidetrack, but yeah, man. It's people can do some amazing things in life. Especially the way they move, the way they act. Like I look at people and I try to emulate. Not so much of like who they know. So I mean, it's nice to know who they know, but I try to emulate how they carry themselves. I try to kind of look at their aura, and I try to learn from them. Like, because it's like there's certain people that I'm so confused on how nobody has anything bad to say about certain people.
Yeah.
I mean, certain people like and I don't know too many people like that, but I mean, there's not one thing I've ever heard bad said about Hammer unless it was just like an obvious hater.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you go to it's just like he's the love, or I'm not trying to go into detail. I'm just saying as an example. It's just
he is absolutely one of the people, especially in that industry.
Yeah,
he's one of the people that you can't say anything bad about, man. Hammer took care of hordes of people, man. Yeah. Hordes of people, man.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's the hating, but there was I'm talking about business connections wise. Like he's good with everyone in the business section. Yeah. So I'm saying business. I mean, you talk about the fans and the haters, they're all going to talk. The people in the YouTube comments, hate.
Haters going to hate. They got a job to do too.
But he walks in the room in any business, anything, everyone knows he's locked in.
Yeah.
And everyone knows. Like he knows how to handle his stuff.
Look, when Hammer came out, man, I spent a check on getting me some of them parachute pants.
Really?
With the big baggy black ones.
They brought them back though.
but back then when Hammer had them, man, me and my boys, we got them black baggy pants, little drawstring. We got the tuxedo slippers. Man, you could everybody remember the tight black lycra shirts.
Oh yeah,
every security guard used to wear. Sometimes you had a little zipper in one. And man, shoot, you couldn't tell us nothing at the club. Where everybody was trying to type right.
There's a real. See, I wasn't at the club at that time. I was like this.
I was at the club.
Do you?
We was at the club kicking them Hammer steps, man, knocking over drinks, man. Hammer.
He had video games.
Yeah.
He had action figures. He had a cartoon.
Got a cartoon, man.
Who had that? Who had all that?
Nobody.
I'm just saying. So I myself,
That's what I'm saying, man. He's
Yeah.
iconic, man.
Yeah,
Hammer started a whole lot of it, man. He started a whole lot.
He kicked the door open.
Yeah.
And I stand on that. He kicked the door open.
Yeah, he kicked the door open
for hip hop.
And that helped a lot of people say, you know what, man, I can do that, man. I don't, I can put together something. It's a show and a half, and people going to turn out in droves to see it, buy your music, buy whatever you got going on. Because if you call yourself an entertainer, you know what, Hammer, it was a standard.
Yeah.
You got to do this.
Right.
To be where he got to. And a lot of people never going to make it up to where he got.
Oh man. Well, you think about a level of fame. You're talking about superstar.
Yeah.
Superstar. Like I look at MC Hammer as Arnold is the bodybuilding, as Hammer is the hip hop. He was the first one to blow it open.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I see it.
Hammer had them.
He was the first one, man.
He had the must-see video. When Hammer hit, he had the must-see video.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, man. My hair ain't never been but so long, man, even when I grew hair. But the dude in the video with the big ass,
Oh yeah.
bro, you could, if I could have found enough glue and a weave, I'd have been at the club. That shit would have been out there like, come on, man. I wasn't playing with nobody.
I had the lines, and I would do the lines.
Yeah, man, you couldn't shoot. You couldn't tell me nothing. I'd have been all, man, I was all up in the club doing all. Man, I watched them damn Hammer pants so much they turned gray. Bro, I still wore that shit.
But they still in style now. They brought them back.
Oh, hey, look, man, everything repeats
Kim
itself,
Kardashian
man.
was rocking them.
Oh, yeah.
Justin Bieber came out rocking them. Everyone was rocking them. Now they got the sweatpants that look like them now.
Yeah.
They sweat. Like I even got some now. Like I'm like,
they got the
I'm rocking them now.
They're like yoga pants. Not yoga pants, but something like that. I forget what they call them, man. But
he's just a great person to see how he moves. In the business, aspect of people, of knowing people and still being that connected. So, I mean, that's just an example. Being able to take a lot and still maintain, with anybody. It's just incredible, man. That that I'm actually where I'm at and you're where you're at right now. Because for us to be able to go through that transition, it's hard because you don't have anybody to pull from. Like I say it all the time, you don't have anybody to pull from.
There was no blueprint for me. I just had something in me that I knew was better than what I was surrounded by. And I knew that. But I was born in like tiny ass Jonesboro, Arkansas. And we're talking about Jonesboro, Arkansas is in Craighead County in Arkansas. And Craighead County to this day, I believe, is still a dry county. You can't have no liquor in that county.
Really?
Yeah, it's a dry county. So people go across the lines, buy a truckload of shit and sell it off the back porch.
Oh, wow.
Cops really don't bother them too much, nothing like that. But you ain't gonna see too much open drunkenness and nothing like that. Excuse me, I haven't been there in years, but that's where it was when I was growing up there. So I grew up, it was a bunch of us in my grandmother's house. My mom had left. And and it was me, my younger brother, my next to me older brother lived there. And my brother older than that had moved out, and my oldest brother had moved out. So we still had a house full of people, man. And then when my mom decided, when she came back, she didn't like leave us like on purpose. She had to go try to find work, and she went to like Omaha. And when she came back, she had another little brother, and I was like, "Who's this?" He was like, "This is your little brother." And I was like, "Shit, we got another one." So she scooped 1, 2, 3 of us up. The other ones were old enough to stay, and she took us to Omaha, Nebraska.
Wow.
And we landed in Omaha, man. And I looked around and I was like, wait a minute. We left a house where it was just a few rooms packed full of people. Now we're in a neighborhood that's, man, this is worse, Mom. It was like, what the hell is this? Yeah. But she was doing what she had to do. She wanted to branch out, move. She had met someone, and we moved there. And that was my little brother's stepdad, or his dad, our stepdad. And we moved to Omaha, Nebraska, man, and that's why I started growing up, because I left Jonesboro about like 3 or 4. We landed in Omaha, enrolled in school, man. Like I said, I got beat up, got bullied, got pushed around. Yeah. Then I found out I could run faster than anybody. And then my mother found out I was running from people, man.
Oh.
Excuse me. Came outside, because she saw me running across the parking lot coming toward the house. And I stopped when I saw her, and she said, "What you running from?" And I looked back, and there was this dude, man. And this dude was like rocked up, man. He just wanted to put hands on me, man, just because he was that dude. He just wanted to beat
points.
Up everybody.
He wanted points.
He wanted points, and I was easy. And you could get 2 or 3 on me easy. Ding, ding, ding. Easy,
and
I
brag
wasn't
your
no fighter.
friends.
I wasn't that dude.
Yeah.
So I stopped. I looked back at him, and my mother looked, and this is when I found out how tough my mother was. She was like, "You running from him?" And I was like, he's like the toughest dude in school or something. She says, "Nah, you can go over there. You're going to fight him. You're going to fight him." So I went over there, and because whatever my mother said was gospel. I went over there, man. That dude beat my ass. He beat my ass. He was rocked. He felt like motherfucking rhinoceros. I was trying to hold on. He was throwing me around, beat my ass and shit. And then my mother got up and said, she looked at me and I was like, she said, "You all right?" And I was like, she said, "Are you dead?" I was like, "No." She said, "All right then. Ain't shit but a fight. Ain't shit but a fight. You learn how to do it." And I was like, "Okay." Then he did something like, he said, "Well, what you gonna do?" And my mother looked at him. She said, "Young boy, you better go on back to your mama." And he was like, "Oh, fuck you, old lady." My mother's like, "Oh, okay." Took her slipper off, hobbled over there with that 1 foot, one slipper in, man, grabbed that dude by his neck and beat him in the face with a house slipper. Beat it, and everybody's like, "Whoa!" It was Miss Mary. Just beat his little ass, threw him on the ground and shit, man. And he got up, thought he was gonna do something. She said, "Oh, you want some more? Come on, let's get it on. Let's get it on." And man, all his boys was like, and they took off. And he was just standing there like he had just got whooped by his mama or some shit.
Yeah.
He got his ass.
It's
and I was looking at
embarrassing.
my mother like, "What?" My mother said, "I'll beat your little ass." Walked up and slapped him one more time. And he was just done. She said, "If I ever catch you running from somebody," she said, "you ain't got to win the fight, but you better fight. And I better not catch you running from nobody." So this was my mother. My mother was like,
Well, the problem with running is once you start, you got to keep going.
and she knew that.
Yep.
So, but I'm like, "Okay, that's cool, mama, but I don't know how to fight." Now, my little brother, his stepdad, half-ass gangster motorcycle rider, he said, "Let me tell you something, boy." He said, "When you think somebody gonna get the best of you, pick up some shit, fucking hit him in the face." And I was like, "What?" He said, "Pick up some shit, hit him in the face." I'm like, I'm coming from, we in Arkansas, we all family-oriented little kids. Wasn't nobody fighting, we just playing all the time. We never really fought like that. But I'm getting used to this place we didn't grow up. I'm like, what the hell are we to move to? This is like, street games. And so the next time I got into a fight, man, there used to be these, when like a beer can, a soda can gets ran over, it's flat.
Yeah.
But it has sharp edges.
Oh, yeah.
Man, we had them things everywhere. So, hey, man, it happened again. Somebody decided they wanted to get some points off me, man. I picked up a flat can and said, "Oh, you going to fight dirty?" I don't know what you call it, but here's what's about to happen.
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't like cutting away these stitches, man, but he was like he was in a fight with a tiger when I got through with the next one. Man, 'cause I had it in my hand, and I just kept swinging it.
Really?
Cut him all up. Cut him up so bad. My mom had to come to school to talk to his parents because they thought something was wrong with me for doing something like that. And so she said, "I don't know where he learned that from." And I was like, I didn't snitch on my stepdad. I was like, I just picked it up, started hitting him.
But see, the thing is, they don't tell you when to stop either. And that's the thing about the hood is they don't tell you when to stop. They don't tell you how to stop. They don't tell you. There's no level of guidance of telling you, and this is from anybody.
Yeah.
This is anybody. There's no level of guidance of telling you what's too much.
No.
How to walk away from something and not be scared. There's a difference between walking away from someone and being scared and walking away from someone and really wanting to do something.
Yeah.
That is what takes courage. That's what takes, that's the stuff that goes back to being successful and being able to handle a lot as a man so you can enter those rooms. Those beat downs are the keys to those rooms. So that's one of the things, the problems in the hood is that we don't know what enough is.
We don't know what enough is, man.
Even with being nice, we tend to overcompensate with niceness.
Yeah.
Being from where we're from because we want to get to those places. Yeah. And so sometimes those people will take us being nice as weakness.
Yeah, they do.
As weakness, yeah, they do. And they can take advantage of it.
But the problem is they don't understand that a guy who's been overly nice is being overly nice to compensate for the dangerous person he is.
Yes.
Yeah. So a lot of people that have never been dangerous don't understand that.
Yeah.
And I learned all the rules of fighting when I grew up, man. And I learned, and it may not have been the Queen's Rights rules, but it was the rules of the street. And that rule is win.
Yeah.
And that's all I knew. Physically win. So from that point on, I became a little crazy dude.
Yep.
And once you become a little crazy dude, now you're getting a wide berth. You're getting respect.
Yep.
So you're like, oh, this is what I need to do. to get respect. So I started carrying a little paring knife, a little fruit knife with me.
Oh, wow.
And some dude, man, this dude was a bad dude too, man. He jumped out on me one day. I whooped that bad boy out, and I just said, hey, I ain't gonna win, but you gonna feel it. And he was older and G enough to understand that. Okay, get on, little nigga.
Respect.
You know what I'm saying? He said, get on.
Yeah,
so I was like, all right. He understood, like, he ain't trying to win, but he's just trying to hurt me.
Right.
You know, and he already got his hand on this little knife, and I just stood there. And I'm just like, I know I'm not going to win,
Right.
but trust me, man. Dude, you're going to be cut up.
Yeah.
So you keep getting that respect,
It leads to something.
and yeah, but to me, it leads to two things. I grew 7 inches in 1 year. Boom, sports hit. They were like, oh no, you gonna play basketball. I don't know how to play no basketball. You don't know how to do none of this crap. So they said, dude, you are too big, you're too tall to be walking around here not doing nothing. So they got me into basketball. The attitude came with me.
Yep. Oh, man.
Yeah, you ain't gonna follow me. I don't know what I'm doing, but you ain't gonna punk me. The attitude came with me. Coach said, just sit down. We gotta tell you, these are your teammates. This, I don't care. I don't tell nobody, man.
Right.
So it was like, that don't fly here.
Right.
This is what you're gonna have to learn to do. And I started to enjoy the game of basketball, so I had to like, okay, I'm gonna let them get away with, all this stuff, whatever they doing. And then you understand that's basketball. That's a team sport.
Yep.
Got me into wrestling. And I actually end up, I didn't know nothing about wrestling, but they got me into it. And there was like a dude that was on his way to state, and I beat him. And he was mad.
Oh, I bet.
I beat him because, look, wrestling, MMA, boxing, one thing at the base of all of it is just a fight. It's just a fight. Only thing I couldn't do was punch this dude. Man, I tied him up in so many knots, man. There wasn't even wrestling holds. He didn't know what to do. And all I know is I ended up with my hand behind his neck, and I just kept squeezing and squeezing. And he was on his back, and the ref said, boom. And I looked at the ref. He was like, I got up. And the dude was just like, he was mad as hell. The crowd was like, what? You beat him? I didn't know probably 3 wrestling moves.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my attitude and my physicality, and I'm like, this is just a fight to me. Let's go. Tied him up, won, and then you say, okay, all right, this sport thing. I'm getting applause and stuff like that. This sport
You're
thing.
applying your energy somewhere else.
Yeah, I started applying exactly. I'm applying my energy somewhere else. So now I started. It got me into football. It got me into a bunch of other stuff, and then next thing you know, you look around and you're like 17 years old. People start talking to you about scholarships and stuff, and going to school and getting up out of here and stuff like that. But you still got a little bit of attitude because now, even though you're learning that isn't always what you're going to apply, is you're bringing up your hood stuff. You can't always apply that to stuff, but now you become more of a man.
Right.
And you don't really like being challenged.
No.
So that kind of comes back a little bit.
Yeah.
Because,
stays with you.
Yeah,
It always stays with you.
It always stays with you. But when you're young and you're doing it and a coach gets a hold to you, he can kind of temper it down.
Yeah.
But as you start to grow, you get 17 years old and stuff like that, you're like, man, hold on, wait a minute. I'm getting a little bit too big to be listening to anybody tell. I ain't taking none of this shit.
But you also get less points as you get older,
You
too.
get less points.
You notice that? It's kind of weird, like how the transition kind of happens. You have to be in love with something enough to want to stop doing something.
Yeah.
And when I say stop doing something, I mean start controlling something. Start controlling.
Right.
Like, it's like people in the hood, the ghetto, the bad areas, they don't understand. I mean, they don't understand, not all of them, but most of them that remain there, and they are going to remain there, they don't understand, or they're not taught how to control any of this stuff going into another room.
Yeah.
And there's doors that open,
Yeah.
but they get shut like that because they don't know how to control it, And in order to want to control it, to even go that direction, they're going to have to be in love with something enough.
More than they're in love with
their anger, their points.
anger,
But some
yes.
people got so much respect on the streets that's all they feel like they need.
Well,
and that's something that they can work against you as well. Because as you get older, and trust me, I've seen it, and it's just like, I saw it, and I was just like, I saw some of my friends that just held on to the respect for so long in the streets, and it just they turned to nothing later on in life because they just hold on to it their whole life, and then pretty soon everyone's got families, nice cars, and they're still rolling around doing the same shit they've always done, on drugs, running around the streets, and it's so fucking depressing and lonely to look at and go back and see some of the people that I knew and I grew up with, because I don't even know if I could call it their fault, because it's the environment they were brought up in, and that's the love that they were shown. I don't even know if I could call it their fault, and there's no resources to pull from. As I said, there's no resources to pull from,
no blueprint.
but that's what I think school is important, like sports, or those opportunities that can come in from sports.
Man, if it wasn't for that.
Yeah.
Woo.
And I think it's awful that they'll kick kids out of sports for their grades, especially ones with bad attitudes. I think the worse the attitude, the more they need sports.
The more they need sports.
That's what I think.
Yeah,
They should just, anybody from the street should be able to just go and show up to sports, period, in school, and just see how well they do. Just to kind of give them some guidance, maybe. That's what I would say.
I'm 100% on board with that, because number one, once I started sports, I got home every day too late to be in the streets.
Yeah.
Too tired to do anything.
Right.
You know? So it saved my life 100 times over, man. It just did. It saved my life 100 times over, man. Because I had something to do after school, started hanging around with the right people, started seeing their mothers and dad pick them up from school and stuff like, hey, yeah, young, you need a ride home? Yeah, I do. Drop me off, stuff like that. Coming out, Mama, you good? Yeah, I'm good. Sit down and eat or whatever. And just do your homework and be out. Ain't no time for running out in the streets like 9:30 at night. I'm gonna go. No, you're done. I'm done. Yeah. You get up. You got practice early in the morning. Then you got practice in the afternoon too.
Then you got some chores if you got it.
Man, all of
or
that.
then you got your girlfriend if you got one. Taking up that other time going to.
So
then it turns into a routine of like, okay, structure. So you're showing structure. But at least have sports. At least have something to look forward to. At least have a reason not to get in trouble, so you can go play.
No, that's. I do believe that's a great idea, because the first thing you get anybody into where they're going to learn how to be respectful and get respect is sports.
Yeah,
because sports is about the job. Do the job, you're going to get the respect, and that's a metaphor for life. Do the job, you're going to get the respect.
Yeah, and that's what as men, like I said, it goes back to a lot of people learn to date, respect. I mean, but it is a real thing that men like think about it on the streets. We want respect. Okay, they'll go chase down and beat someone up who's an easy target for respect, because even if they're not even that tough, but they know that's a point.
Yeah,
I can get that point. Okay, cool. Look what I did. Yeah, and they'll go show back someone. So maybe they get a level up on somebody, and so they do it for respect. It's all circles around it to respect me, and it is true. But I mean, in the hood, a lot of people don't talk about the hood too much, and how hard it is and how hard it is for people like you and me to even get out of it. Like I said, an anomaly. It does take some luck. But it also takes a lot of trying and heart too, and you have to be able to separate yourself from the people who you know that are gonna fuck you up too.
Oh man,
right?
Yes, dude. I had some of my best boys ran the streets hard, and I remember I was going to a little podunk ass school in Kansas, man, a little JUCO, man. I said, okay, I'm gonna go here, get these grades up, and try to learn some more about basketball, because I really still didn't know, but I just grew, and I didn't know too much about it. So they said, okay, we're expecting you at this time, and I had packed my bags, and I still wasn't sold on it. I had hung out with my girlfriend all day and stuff, and I came home, and my mom was there waiting, and she was going to give me a hug. My brother was there waiting. My other brother was all just there, and I was thinking like, Mom, I don't know if I really want to go down here. It's out in Kansas and shit. This, that, and the other. And she looked at me. She said, "Well, I'll tell you one thing. There's your luggage. The cab's coming. You ain't coming back in the house."
Wow.
And I just looked at her, and I was about to I was waiting for some emotional moment. She said, "You ain't coming back in the house." Oh. She said, "You got a scholarship to go play basketball." I said, "Mine is a 2-year school." She said, "You ain't coming back in the house." I'm sitting there looking at this woman. I'm this is my doorstep. She said, "You ain't coming back in the house.
Wow.
Cab came around the corner, called out my name. I was like, yeah, that's me. Popped the trunk. My brother picked up the suitcase, put it in the trunk. I just hugged everybody. I looked and I was like, shit, this is it. You know, I'm about to leave everything I know. The hood.
Yep.
You know, I had my little raggedy car sitting over there, man.
You're attached to it though.
Oh man, I was attached to it bad.
You don't even know what the outside world has to offer.
I ain't
Don't
got
even
no
know.
clue.
No.
I ain't got no clue.
Your only resources are what you know and what you have around you.
Right, and that's all I knew, man. And everybody, and if you living in Omaha, Nebraska, everybody know that, look, back then, you can go over to the stockyards, they call them the packing houses, and you can slice up cattle, and you're going to make a good living, but that's all you're going to do.
Yeah, I think every town's got a job like that.
And I was thinking like,
Yeah.
well, shoot, that's good enough for me. This is what I'm about to do. My mother was like, nah. These people think you can do something, you going to go.
Right.
And you going to go. And I'm sitting there with my little chest out thinking like, man, shoot, I'm 18. I don't know. She was like, well, you ain't coming back in this house. And you know, that's being a smart older woman. That's what she had. She was like, oh yeah? Let's see you come back in this house.
Yeah.
And at that point, it's a point of no return.
Right.
Got in the cab, landed in Kansas, man. Dude came and met me. He was like big ass 6'10" dude, white guy, and said, hey, how you doing? Welcome. And they put me in the car, man. They took me to the dorms, man. I'm in like college dorms and stuff. Little girls running around and everything, man. Couple dudes, hey, man, I'm from St. Louis. How you doing? Hey, man, I'm from Wisconsin. How you doing? This is the other ball team. And I'm looking at them like, I ain't even dressed like they dressed. I'm like, what the? Man, this ain't going to last. Man, I know this ain't going to last. I can't do this.
Yeah.
So.
You missing home at that point?
I was missing home, man. I got in that cab.
Yeah. Right.
Shoot, he's going through the hood. I'm looking at all my people, man. People I play. I'm like, man, shoot, what am I doing? Got me down there in Kansas, man. Got me checked in and everything. He said, hey, we're going to put together a little scrimmage over here at the gym. So I go in the gym and stuff like that. And, you know, we start playing ball. It kind of calmed me down a little bit, man, because I see that I had a little skill. I could be okay. It was a JUCO. So I said, okay, I'm going to be okay. That was part of it. I was nervous, like, man, I don't want to play ball with these jokers. These are real jokers, man. Mm-hmm. But I got in there, man, and I was like 6'5", 185, so you know I could jump.
Oh, yeah.
So, shoot, they gave me that ball, man. I took off over somebody, boom! And everybody's like, uh-oh, there go the forward.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, this cool. And then we went to
started as a point.
There you
That's
go.
That's a point.
That's a point. I'm okay. I got 1 point.
Started to feel yourself.
That's here we go.
Yeah.
So then take you to the chow hall, man, and you go in there, man. They got steaks, chops, salads, cakes, cookies, all the damn Kool-Aid, whatever you want to drink. I'm like,
yep.
So I'm looking at somebody like, so it's like, dude, this is what the athletes eat. Just eat whatever. Go ahead. I'm like, just whatever. Yeah, go ahead. So man, I'm
You're
so
like, what? Let's
so,
not skip over that because that's a moment.
Yeah.
That's a moment.
Yeah. Free food?
Yeah.
All of it?
Yeah.
All of it.
That's different.
Man,
that's
I'm
not
like,
what we're expecting.
This is not what I'm expecting. It's not what I grew up with. Ain't nobody told me nothing about it.
Right.
No training table, nothing like that.
Yep.
So I'm so like, I don't know. I'm taking to-go plates back to the room every night. Like, I know they're going to start charging one day. They're going to get me. I'm up there eating in the middle of the night, whatever, man. And you start growing and stuff. You're like, okay. Go to classes. That was, I've always been a decent test taker. I can't study. I hate study, but I can take a decent test just by, discerning certain information. I know what to do. Yeah. So I'm always going to get a C on no matter what it was. So boom. I'm in there. I'm playing. Everything is great, man. All right, this is good. This is good. We go through the season, man. We wasn't shit. Probably like under 500 or something like that. But I made it through a season in JUCO ball. And I was like, okay. Like you said, coming from where we coming from?
Yeah.
Shoot, man, you can't tell me nothing now.
That was life.
So summer hit, not summer, but it was like the winter break hit, go home. I done changed a lot now.
Things are different. Things are way different.
My boys came by, had the Chevy all cleaned up.
Yep.
Had a 6-pack of Big Mouth Mickeys in the back.
Oh.
Had some more shit in the trunk. Said, get in. I said, all right, where we go? He said, man, we're going to go play ball, then we're going to drink these cold Mickeys. I said, all right, let's go play ball. So we go there. Oh, hey, what's up, man? You been gone from me? Yeah, man. I've been down in Kansas doing my thing, man. A little JUCO, this, that, the other. I'm all dressed like a college ball player now, man. I'm looking at everybody that's got raggedy shit on, like I used to wear. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right. Yeah. And then I'm looking at things like, okay, all right, let's ball. And I'm in hella condition.
Right.
I'm like, zoom, 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 dunk, 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 zoom, zoom. And I'm like, these dudes used to kill me. Right. Man, I'm murdering these cats now, man. And so I said, okay. Because, you know, college ball is, everything gets amped up.
Yeah, way
Your
amped
condition
up.
is way up there.
We didn't even talk about your practice at that point.
Oh, man.
It's a totally different level.
It's a totally different level. I'm coming back with new shoes on and everything. I'm just rocking and everything. And then I'm like, all right. I showed them what I've been doing for a while. Right. So we hop in the car and we go to one of the spots. And it's a spot I used to live at, man.
Yeah.
I get out the car and I'm immediately like, whoa. Is that old boy? Yeah, man, you know so-and-so? He's still got a pistol hanging out of his shit. Well, he always got his pistol. I'm like,
yeah, nothing's changed.
Okay, that's a little concerning to me now. Where it wasn't before when I was part of that.
Yeah.
You know, so we go in, everybody's blazing up and stuff, and I'm like, okay, yeah, all right, you know. Oh, college boy, what's up, man? You dapping everybody, this, that, and the other. And then my boy was, dude, they were still into some shit.
Right.
You know, and they was like, yo, bruh, we finna go up here, and we finna get all this dude tires. And I'm like, who tires? Man, with the new, what's his name? Yeah. I was like, oh, he got a new one? Yeah, man, we better go get all them tires off that bad boy. You know what they're going to, man, me shoot, man, we gonna get about $800 off that. So wait a minute, we can't go steal some tires? Boy, ain't nothing new. I was like,
yeah. That's the thing, though. In the hood, you would steal rims, tires, bricks,
tires,
leave them on that.
Back then, they had no lock and
little stereos, all kinds. Yeah.
Somebody sitting there looking out. Hey, hurry up. Man, he dropped that bad boy on bricks, man, throw them up. You know, back in the day, man, you know, everybody had the big cars. You can put all 4 tires in the back.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Take off, take them somewhere, man. Mm-hmm. And some dude going past your house the next day with them bad boys on there looking at you like, yeah, say something.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, man, you know what, man, I'm a little tired, y'all, man, and I got my workout to get into in the morning. Oh, okay. Oh, it's like that now, huh? I'm like, you know, nah, bro, I got stuff to do, man. And one of my boys, man, he got college shit to do. Let the nigga go. So
honestly, it's a way the pressure is relieved when you have a focus.
Yeah.
Because when the people always understand when you have a focus.
Yeah.
That's one thing. Like if let's just say you're drinking and someone says, "Oh, I'm sober 2 years, or I'm sober a year." They're like, "Oh, okay." They won't touch you. It's like an instantaneous release. Well, if you have a focus, you know, it's also something it also relieves pressure from peer pressure. It relieves that. You know, it's like it's one thing I've noticed as like the more entertained I got with something, the less the people left me alone. You know, as far as like trying to get me to do things, because they know. You know, I'm working on something, or I'm working towards something, or I'm trying to, you know, accomplish something. Yeah. But some people are still tempted by that from college.
It's a test.
Yeah. Some people come back and jump right back into the saddle.
And that's when you hear all that, like that. What's the athlete now? This what did he do? He did something, man.
It's countless athletes. They ruin their whole careers just like that.
This is a college dude. He got in trouble. He went out and got in a bunch of fights or some shit, man. Got thrown in jail.
Yeah.
You fall right back into it, man. But I was good enough to see that, like, okay, nah, I can't fall back into this.
This is common sense.
I can't fall back into
this. You had common sense at that point. At least some sense to make that decision. I mean, I've known football players that beat up bums and got a murder charge. I know. I know. And it's just crazy. It's like, man, they did what?
Dude, you on your way to the
league. They did what?
What are you doing?
Well, even if they weren't even on the way to the league, you JC, whatever. You got a goal. You got focus. You got shit going on. You're not in the hood. You're somebody. And you're still doing shit like that.
Yeah,
that's crazy to me.
Yeah,
I mean, but who am I to talk? Because I mean, there's gonna be people that watch this video and they're gonna be like, yeah, this motherfucker's talking. But I didn't have a focus or drive. I tried to get one, but bodybuilding is what kind of gave me everything in life.
Man, that changed my life.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, let's go back to your story, man. I'm sorry to interrupt. I just feel like there's so much here that you can communicate to people that are going through something like that are actually you know, in that situation or going through that transition or being able to find a way out or that are looking for a way out. There are people in the hood right now that are struggling to get out, looking for ways, looking for, a resource. So looking, and like hopefully they're just one click away from this if they see it, man, you guys. And, maybe you guys can pull some information from that.
Well,
get into something, right? What would you have, what would you offer to these young kids that are actually trying to get out and trying to do something with their life?
Okay, number one, there's all kinds of grants and awards you can get. Just research it. They'll fall into your lap. They will give you money to go to school.
Really?
Yes. The first thing I'll tell you is a JUCO, they'll accept you. Get away from your base.
Now, what's a JUCO? Just so people don't. Some people might know what that is. I mean, junior college.
Junior college.
Okay,
Junior college.
So JUCO. So that means junior college.
Colleges in every state.
Yeah.
But the deal is that get away from your base, because the junior college and what they're trying to do and what they're teaching you is different than from what your base is trying to teach. Is what your base is trying to teach you. Right. Get away from your base. That's your boys. That's your hood. I only knew 12 square blocks when I lived in Omaha, Nebraska. That was it. I knew that very well because that's where my school was, the store was, where I lived, where all my boys was. Everything was in that little 12 square blocks. But when I got away from it, I went down to Kansas and played ball. When I came back, that base had shrunk. It was still 12 square blocks, but it was just a small-ass speck now.
Nowhere near as big as it was.
No, it was nowhere near as big as it was because I had grown.
Yeah.
And everything I seen in it was kind of little.
And it always gets smaller, too.
Everything got small.
It always gets smaller.
Yeah.
Even though your height might not have changed, you guys.
No, you grow as a person.
Your mind.
Expanded. And then
Crazy.
everything else that was not need to be got small.
Yeah, so you're an amazing story. So, I mean, this is what I think is important for especially you guys at home that are going through something, to listen to what this man has to say, because he's not speaking anything short of facts.
No.
I mean, they might, Andrew Tate and all these other guys might tell you, hey, man, go be successful, go do this, go do this. We're giving you, listen, it's different from people in the hood. It's way different. It's not like we're focusing on crypto in the hood. We're out there, we're out there getting points. We're out there having a good time. We're out there thinking life is forever.
You're
all this
trying
stuff.
to survive.
You're trying to survive.
That's it.
This is something that people gloss over, don't even understand how hard it is to get out of where you guys are at.
Yeah.
So this is something it's very important for you to listen to from this man.
When you talk about your Andrew Tates and the other guys on the internet, and trust me, I love them, but the deal is they pick you up from a point where you're already okay and you just want to be more of a man or you want to be more successful. But the point that we're talking about is when you have zero and you're living amongst zero. How do you get out of there?
No resources.
Okay. No resources, no nothing. Get on your phone. Everybody has a phone. Research grants and all that kind of stuff for people in your area. You will find them. And once it's just apply for them. Apply for all the ones you see. And that's what a lot of people do that they don't tell you in the hood is that paperwork.
Yeah.
Paperwork. Apply.
Yeah.
Just apply.
Yeah.
And some of them come back to you, send it to a school, pick your curriculum, boom. Get a ride up there or bus, whatever.
Yeah.
Get there.
Yeah.
And then start to see your mind change.
Yeah.
Your mind change. Now,
just get to the school.
Just get to
and
the school.
hang out. They let you hang out. They let you go to the cafeteria.
They'll let you.
Yeah, just go to a school.
Start seeing people that see life differently.
Yeah, they'll talk to you too.
Yeah, they'll talk to you.
Yeah.
Then you'll start to see how you can progress.
Yeah, even though you don't think you can, that junior college will change your mind.
Man,
it'll change your life.
It changed everything for me.
And you don't have to be that good to go. And you don't even have to graduate.
No.
You don't even have to graduate. You just have to learn enough.
You have to learn enough to understand.
Experience enough.
Yes, experience enough to understand that your past experiences are not all that. It's not the end of it.
No,
it's not the end of it.
Yeah, and stay there.
Then you'll be able to compare the two, and you'll understand where you belong.
Right.
You'll understand where you belong, and you'll get up. You'll get out of there. But you got to separate yourself from the base because a lot of people stay in that base and try to go to school, but that pull is too strong.
Right. Yeah.
Because every day you're done with classes, trust me, one of your boys or somebody going to be there.
They want to hang out.
Let's go do this.
Let's go party.
Hang out. Let's do this.
Yeah.
And they hang out differently than people in school hang out.
Yeah. It's a lot different.
It's a lot different.
Different conversations. Your mind will start
Yes.
expanding. They'll start inviting you on trips that you've never been.
Yes.
Like, we're talking about these. We're talking to you kids, the ones that are locked into this little town.
Yeah.
And don't ever go anywhere. Maybe one other town, maybe across the bridge in your county. We're talking to you guys.
Yes.
You know, because we know you guys are looking for your way out. We know you're trying. We know you see these things.
Yeah.
But we're also giving you the base from the ground up. Like, school is one of the main keys.
Yeah. School is one of the main keys. Now, the deal is it doesn't have to be, you can, a tech school. You can do any kind of schooling. But get out there and you know what you want to do in life. If there's nothing else but just make yourself more solid. Okay, but if you have a dream, school is going to enhance that. It's just going to enhance that.
Right.
But the number one thing I tell people is that in school, no matter where you come from, English is it. Learn how to speak.
Yes.
Learn how to speak. Because you'll have great ideas and creativity in your mind, but if you can't communicate it or convey it to the person who is going to support that, you'll never make it. But they have a language, and that language is English. Now, in the hood, we got a whole different set of how we talk and how we communicate. If you ain't from around it, you may not even understand it. But that does not translate into big money. Of course, you can see some guys riding in a car, he got a house, but that may be all he got. That ain't big money. When you get out here in the world, you can get one check out in this world that'll triple anything you've seen anybody in the hood make. But it's gonna take a little work, a little effort, but those schools are out there and they're yours. If you live in America, they're yours. Go fill out your paperwork. Because the bane of my existence is when I started, I never wanted to fill out any paperwork. Oh man, what's Social Security number? Yeah, go ahead, put it. Yeah, what? I don't know, man. I don't know what. Whatever. Blah blah blah. But you know, it was like a couple cats that like, dude, you know how easy this is. Look, give me your name, Social Security number, maiden name, mom, address, this, okay, where you going to school? Send it in.
Done.
Boom, come back. Okay, based on the scale, we can give you $3,000. You be like, what?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's more of those out there too.
Yeah.
Boom. And you ain't got to give it back.
Yeah.
Now, some people make a mistake and take it and they do whatever with it. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Take it to the school, pay for your dorm, pay for your books, pay for your classes.
Yeah.
And get started.
Yeah.
It is really, it doesn't matter what school you go to. You ain't got to be at the best school, but just go to school.
It's
because
amazing.
You're going to see a mindset of people around you.
Yep.
And the way the human being works is we collectively start to rub off on each other.
Yes.
We collectively, whoever you're around,
Yep.
like people always say, show me your best 5 friends and I'll show you your future.
True statement.
It is a true statement. So you start to get around people that have a mindset of business or a mindset of progression instead of a mindset of surviving. Okay? So once you get out there and you start seeing these things, you may be smarter than they are. You just need to be pushed in the right direction. And like I said, once you do it, you'll see the change in yourself. And when you come back, you'll see how much you've changed. And like you said, everything's gotten smaller. No, your mind has expanded. Your outlook on life has expanded because the couple of times I went back, and after a while, I just didn't go back home no more.
Right. Yeah.
I just called my mom. I said, hey, mom, she said, good. Don't you need to come back here and see what's going on?
Yeah.
I didn't go back home. I went to St. Louis with one of my boys who played college ball. We went down there, man. He said, man, we're going to go up here to the college, and we're gonna play some ball with these boys. All right, we go up there, man. I'm seeing pros walk in and stuff like that. I'm in a whole different world than when I grew up.
Yeah.
So we started hooping and playing ball, man, and everything. Then we come back to college, man. You get into your studies and stuff.
Yeah.
And so that's where you are now because your mind has elevated.
Right. And
I can't go back and buy beer and steal hubcaps and tires.
Yeah.
I can't go back because once you've expanded your mind, you can't go back.
Yeah. You don't want to go back.
You don't want to go back.
Yeah.
Because you see the foolishness in what you was doing.
Yeah.
Where you're at now is foolishness. Where you were is survival. I get it because I've done it.
Yeah, but that's all you've been shown. So
That's
that's all
all
you
I've been
see.
shown.
So you have to just see something else is all we're telling you.
All it takes is for you
just
to
start
see
to
it.
see it. Just start going somewhere. See something. And then your points aren't going to be from the same cats that are like 3-4 blocks away from you in a small town.
No.
Your points are going to be from like, man, I passed that test.
boy.
I didn't think I could pass that thing.
Yeah.
And you know, the thing about the school thing is I tell everyone, it's like, as long as you show up and as long as you try, you're going to pass.
Yeah. You're going to
It's
pass.
not made for you to fail. It's
No.
made for you to think
No.
and expand your mind.
Yeah.
I got a degree, you know. I got
I see it up there.
I got my management degree from San Jose State University. Nobody thought I was gonna graduate, bro. they don't even like you educated. Yeah, but I mean, I still hold my swag, my
Yeah.
chalk, my artistic
Yeah.
creativity. But if I'd like to actually talk in an articulate way, I can actually do that very, very proper.
He's a very creative human being.
I can do that.
Trust me,
but
he
I
is.
don't. But I don't actually feel like it's always the way for me to communicate that with somebody. But I love who I am. I love what I've created for myself. I love my style.
Yeah.
You don't have to let go of any of that, you guys. You don't have to let go of who you are.
No, you don't.
You just have to understand you're trading your pride for a better life.
Yeah. Yeah. You're adding more weapons to your arsenal.
Yes.
And education is another weapon. How to speak when you get in certain rooms is just another weapon for you to have.
Right.
Now, when you go back and you kick it with your people, you know the language. They know who you are. You know who they are. You know where you fit in. And then when you go to the boardroom, you know what to do because you have been educated in the ways that you have to be in order to progress in that boardroom.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what you got to do. But a lot of people just like, I don't know how to do that. I can start, look up grants, look up anything that's going to. Colleges give away stuff all the time.
Yeah. And nobody's stupid. I don't think anybody, because I've been taught things by people I thought that, like I've been surprised by a lot of people,
Yeah.
But for me personally, I mean, my most expensive, my most costly trait that I've ever had in my life, this cost me more than anything, has been my pride. My pride has cost me more than anything. Pride, just it's gotten in the way of everything. I've seen people lose everything they've had because they're so prideful.
Yeah.
And guess what? Nobody cares about your pride.
Oh, man.
Nobody cares. I mean, the worst thing in the world could happen to you, and within a year, nobody's talking about it.
Nobody.
They don't care how famous you are.
No.
It's fleeting.
Yes.
Your
man.
pride means nothing.
No.
Your pride means zero.
Everybody's got their own shit that they're going through. If you think people are stopping for you, they are not.
Nobody cares.
Nobody gives a
Nobody
shit.
cares how many people you beat up.
No,
a
nobody
year
gives
from
a-
now,
no.
especially. Nobody's
They
even
don't
talking
care.
about you.
No, they ain't even talking about you, man. You know what they are going to talk about? Is if you become successful and you employ a lot of damn people.
And then they can keep talking about you.
They're going to keep talking about you the rest of your
Yeah,
life.
but your
man, he's got
pride,
a
nobody-
company?
yeah.
He just bought what? Stock? What? Yes, they're going to keep talking about
You
you.
can stay in their mouth like that.
Yeah,
That's like-
exactly.
yeah.
But the deal is that if you want to tell somebody how many people you beat up
Nobody cares.
when you grow up, man, I'll be there like, man, I whooped 30 mugs in my neighborhood. Everybody be like, well, what that cost you and how
Who
much
was
did
that?
you make?
Where's he at? Where are those
Where's
people
he
at?
at? Where
Oh,
those
they're
people
living on. Oh, you talking about Sammy? Oh, the guy who owns the mansion on top of the hill.
Yeah.
Oh
Used to
but
be
you're-
Sammy
Oh,
up?
you be that's fucked
Oh,
up,
you
man.
say what?
Oh
you work
man.
for Sammy now?
Oh. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
nobody gives a
Nobody
shit.
cares. And they're just like, oh, you can't go to the pool party with us then, I guess, because
no.
Sammy's got all the girls.
Yeah, Sammy's got all the girls.
And,
Sammy's got the house.
Yeah.
And your claim to fame is you beat him up.
Yep, and that's and I guess what, he doesn't even care because he don't even
doesn't
remember.
give two
He's
shits.
buried in cash and females and everything because your pride got in the way
Of your blessings.
Of your blessings.
Yeah.
Your pride cost you everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Pride is the most costly thing. That's what that costs most things in the world. I think that's the most expensive thing in
it
the world.
cost me a lot. It cost me a lot, and I lost what I could have been. But I'm glad to the path that I'm on.
Yeah.
Because my pride got hurt real bad. When I thought I was going to play football.
Oh my gosh, let's talk about it.
Brother, the coach got on me one day and called me all kind of names. I said, oh, okay, that's how it's going to be? Huh. You ain't got to worry about me. You ain't got to worry about me. You don't talk to me that way. And and nobody showed me like, hey, look, it's not what coaches are saying, it's the message. Nobody ever told me that.
Nope, nobody ever told me that either.
So I'm thinking, growing up in the hood, and I'm like the oldest in where I'm at right now because my older brother stayed back in Arkansas. So I'm like, I'm the caretaker of the family. I'm the bravado in the family. And, any man, I was, like I said, I was a little sizable. So any man that talked to me a certain way, man, hey, look, bro, we're gonna have to figure this out. We're gonna have to come to an understanding. I don't care if you're the coach or there's a mother that live down the street.
Yep.
It doesn't matter.
Yep.
So when I ran into a coach and he was giving me the blues, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, keep talking then. I was like, what? And I'm like, I'm not taking this from nobody. I was like, dude, it's the coach. It's the coach.
Nobody taught you that control.
Nobody told me that control.
Nobody knows the breaks.
No.
Nobody knows the breaks in the hood. Nobody knows how to teach you the breaks in the hood.
No. So
And then the level of the respect in the hood is different too.
Yeah.
It's like, looking at someone the wrong way or looking too
wrong way.
long or,
yeah.
someone even has to say something bad about you and not even be true, and those points have to be taken seriously.
Yeah.
Just off of someone's word, it doesn't even have to be true. It doesn't even have to even affect that person's life.
It's got to be addressed. It's got to be addressed, and that's just the way it is.
And I understand it because I lived it for a very long time, and sometimes it comes back to me.
Yeah.
Sometimes it comes back to me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can't help it. And
Look, man,
it's not something that I'm even proud of. I'm ashamed of it. I wish, to me, if I had it in me, I wish I could have walked away from every single fight, every single angry moment. If I had one wish, that's probably what I would wish for.
Wow.
That I could walk away from every time I got angry.
Yeah.
I wish, and I still pray for the strength to walk away from things that I want to do for people. I still walk away from that.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's an amazing gift to have that some people have. I mean, being a pussy is almost a blessing. It almost is a blessing. I mean, I'm not saying it'd be like that, but I'm just saying it does allow you not to fuck up your life.
Well, dude,
the
worst
it really
thing you
does,
can do is get in, and my boy used to tell me this all the time, man, you get into something that's going to interrupt your trajectory. You're never going to forgive yourself, and you might not make it back to where you were.
Yeah.
You might not make it back to where you were.
Yeah.
And he's telling me this all the time, man.
Back.
It takes work. It was shit. I was at Gold's Gym, and when the homeless really got to surrounding the gym, and then some meth head came up to us one day, man. Me and my boy standing out there, and he asked if we had a light. And my boy was like, no, we're athletes, man. We don't smoke. And I just kind of looked at the dude like, okay. And then I just looked at him and he said, hey, why you mad dogging me, man? Yep. And I just looked at him. And instantly, it was like me and him. And I was like, do I know you? And he was just looking at me. He said, why you mad dogging me? I said, and then it just got worse. I said, motherfucker, do I know you?
Right.
If I don't know you, you need to quit talking to me right now. You understand what I'm telling you, boy? Yeah. And he just stood there and he looked at me. Now, he has scabs and
nothing to lose.
Sores.
Nothing to lose at that point.
He ain't got nothing to lose, man. And I'm sitting over here and I'm like, I'm gonna tell this boy a piece. And my boy was like, dude, if the cameras catch you beating on all this dude out here and everything, you're going to have to answer for that. And you don't know exactly how far down that rabbit hole you're going to go, and it will interrupt your trajectory.
Yes.
Because you ain't going to be doing no more auditions.
Right.
Nobody's going to tap you for any movies or TV shows or commercials.
Right.
Because you're the dude that beat a meth head half to death at a very public spot.
Right.
He's like, leave him alone. And I was like, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, it's always better to do that.
Yeah.
It is. But
And
your pride gets in the way.
Yeah.
And it could have cost you.
It could have cost me a lot.
Right.
It could have cost me a lot.
I mean.
So he's always in my ear about, hey, don't do anything. He said, walk away. And like you said, it's the power in that.
Yeah.
Walk away.
Yeah.
You got to walk away from it, man, because it could cost you anything at any time, man.
Yeah.
You do not want to do that.
Yeah.
So I did not want to. My phone's going off.
No, it's okay.
And I didn't. It was. Sometimes you feel when somebody confronts you like that, that they got the upper hand, and you got to let them know that not with me.
Yeah, and you get sucked into this little teeny tiny box, this world that means nothing.
It means nothing.
And nobody's going to care.
Right.
Nobody's going to care.
If I'd have beat the hell out of him, and then
Where your point's at?
I'm talking to James Cameron. Yeah, man. I beat the shit out of this dude the other day, and he beat James Cameron.
I saw you on the news. I saw you on the news. Yeah, we did have a spot for you in my new avatar, but no. You're out here beating up people. You're all on the news. So, why are you doing ignorant shit like that? Well, he said something to me. Oh, yeah. Yep, it always starts with that. And for me, too, it's like, if you catch me on the wrong day, wrong time, I am so far from perfect, you guys. But like I said, what I pray for is I pray for peace.
Yeah.
I pray for calmness. Yeah. I pray that I can remember. That's why another thing is I got really good at apologizing when I was wrong.
Oh,
One
me
thing
too.
I got
Me too.
really as something I got older is like it was like, man, it's not that big of a deal. I let things go. But I've carried some hate with me. I've carried anger with me, and I tell you what, man, like I pray to let it go as fast as possible all the time because
Hey, brother.
if it really eats you. It really
Yeah, it eats you, but
because
you know
you're
what?
gonna carry a lot of stuff from the hood, man.
You are.
You're gonna carry so much anger and animosity
Yeah.
for a long time.
But it's not. None of that is profitable.
None.
Not soulfully profitable, spiritually profitable, not financially profitable.
Not gonna do
None of
anything
it
for
is
you. It's not gonna take you
profitable.
anywhere. Yep.
Yeah,
It's a path that leads straight to
man.
destruction.
And the deal is that once you look, we're all grown men, but once you become a grown ass man,
Yeah.
you start to understand that you're just gonna have to carry a lot of shit with you.
Yep.
And my boy always called it, hey, look, you're gonna take them L's, you know? Whereas in the hood, I don't take no L's.
Right.
But when you grow older, them simple little L's, you take them L's.
Right.
Somebody screams something at you from a moving car, man. You like, well, you come back up and see what this brick say.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Take that. Why you care?
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard to let it go too.
Hard to let it go.
It's so hard.
But that's part of becoming a grown ass man.
yeah.
You just keep on stepping, keep on moving. I mean, look, Jeff Bezos, if you in a crowd and you scream something at him, he probably like smile and keep going. Why the hell I care what you say I'm worth $200 billion?
What's he gonna get?
Yeah, what's he going to get from stopping and having a security smack you up? Nothing.
It's like, one of his classy girls are going to be like, man, you handled that. They were like, no, what did you even waste your time for?
Why'd you even waste your time?
Well, a good woman will tell you that.
Oh,
a good woman, be careful of that. But I mean, as far as like the foundation to get out of the hood, you're going to have to utilize that anger, ladies and gentlemen, and apply it to something you love.
Yes.
Apply that anger you have, because we know you're angry. I was angry.
Well, I was angry.
You got to apply that to something.
You got to apply
it.
Whatever your dream is, be angry
Yeah.
that you haven't accomplished it yet, and go for that.
Yep.
Be angry you haven't accomplished your dream and start. Go for it. Like I said, you can fill out those grants. You can get in a JUCO. Like I said, start learning how to speak. And once you do that, you can start putting down bricks for the wall of your dream. That's what you start doing. Just get out there, start every day, take a step, call somebody, do this. And that's kind of what I did in when I started acting.
Yeah.
Because they took me away from it for a long time. I was in the 5th grade, man, and we had a book report, but it was a book report that had to be done. Back in the day, we had those projectors. You had to cut out the little cutouts and put the whole little scene together and show the rest of the class.
Yeah.
And I was terrified. I said, man, I'm not getting in front of the class, man. I ain't got no new clothes. I'm not doing that. 5th grade. And the teacher was like, Friday, I didn't have it. She said, if you don't have it Monday, I'm calling your mother.
Oh, man.
Okay, that ain't gonna work. So I said, okay, I told her, Miss Harold. I said, I need some manila paper. She gave me a bunch of manila paper.
You had a Miss Harold?
I had a Miss Harold.
I had a Miss Harold.
Yeah, Miss Harold was everything.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, she said, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna put these little scenes together in one of these little books you done chose.
Yeah.
And when you come in here Monday, the first thing we're all gonna do is you're gonna go up to that board and you're gonna do your book story.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, okay. So all weekend, man, I'm cutting out a little thing, and I was read this book, and I love this little book, and I was gonna animate it and articulate it, and while I'm showing the whole scene on the little projector, overhead projector, anxiety all weekend, man.
Oh, man.
Anxiety.
Building up to it.
Building up to it because I got to get up in front of class, so I didn't have a lot. I picked my best little outfit, I had a pair of green damn pants that was fairly new. So anyway, I put that on, and I'm coming into class, and everybody's sitting down, and everybody's just like, waiting. We've been on this for 2 weeks, and you ain't done yours yet. Everybody's waiting.
Right.
So walk into class, man, I set up the projector. I'm like this. I'm shaking. And she's like, well, get on with it. So I said, okay, my book is about Ribsy and his dog and blah, blah, or the dog name was Ribsy. Anyway, I'm reading this whole thing and I'm putting this up here. And then I started animating how each one of them walked. And I was the dog. I ran around the room and I would chase myself. And when it was all said and done, man, everybody started clapping. Everybody started clapping and laughing. The teacher was like, she looked at me and she said, come here. I said, oh, shit, I fucked up. And she grabbed me and said, don't you ever think there ain't nothing you can't do.
Isn't that great?
That's what she told me. So I was like,
isn't that great when you get a teacher like that?
Yeah.
See, I never had a teacher like that.
Oh, I had her.
I think I had one.
Miss Harold.
One teacher.
I'll never forget her.
Teacher like that.
Yeah. So after that, man, I was like, okay. She said, you know what? You need to get into some of these little drama classes, and you need to start. You're going to do a little theater and stuff like that. I said, okay, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
She saw it.
She saw it. Yeah, because
wow.
I was better than everybody.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because I got real animated.
Yeah.
And I was and I had cut out everything so they would follow along with what I was saying and what I was doing. Mm-hmm. And everybody was like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. It was like a whole little story time for the whole class. Yeah. So she said, now, you're going to do this at the assembly. I was like, oh, man, if there was a time I could have found some drugs in the 5th grade, I'd have needed them. Because the assembly?
But you know what the best part about this is? Is like, in like, you know, when you are, before you, no matter if you're hood, like my buddy told me this, I never knew I was poor till someone told me.
Right.
So this is something that's pretty awesome. As a kid, you never really, God kind of gave this to us. You don't know what poor is until someone tells you.
Someone tells you.
So right now, you still have your creativity. You still have your love for life. You still have your passions, your dreams. You're living, you're not corrupted by the society, going outside and playing with bad people. So this is good. So you have actually tapped into your calling.
I did.
At a 5th grade. So let's get back to the assembly. But I wanted to tap into that.
They do.
That was crazy.
She said, you're going to do this at the next assembly. And I'm like, oh, no. That's the whole school.
Wow.
That's the whole school. I can't do this. She said, no, don't worry. Mm-hmm. So we hooked up everything. My project, my displays got bigger and everything. Mm-hmm. And I went out there, man, and I did it to the best of my ability. They all jumped up and started clapping and laughing. My boys was like, dude, that was funny. That was so great. That was cool as shit. That was so great. And I was like, okay. Maybe I got something here. Because I liked it. I didn't know I liked performing, but, when you're with your boys, you're always performing.
Yeah.
I took that.
Always.
It was on stage, and I was telling another story. And I was cracking everybody up, like back in our day, we're going to play the dozens. We're going to go back and forth with everybody. I was on stage, and that's what happened. And I just gave it to them in a book that they could understand. And then they loved it. And I was like, okay, this is what it's going to be. Now, what happened with me is like the next year I shot up, like I said, 7 inches. I grew.
Yeah.
So a coach got a hold to me, and the first thing he said is, you play basketball? I said, no, sir. He said, no, that wasn't a question.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, but yeah, okay. And he said, get away from that drama, sissy shit.
Oh, yeah. That was.
He got me, and he took me right out of it. And, if you in like a middle school or a high school, coaches is and shit, you ain't gonna argue. The regular teacher can't argue with the coach.
The drama class ain't getting the girls either.
The drama class wasn't getting
you ain't getting the girls at high school drama class.
Dude, I wasn't, man, come on. I had duct tape on my shoes. I wasn't getting no girls anyway.
Well, you put that jersey on, you did.
That's when that started.
I know. Oh, and then all of a sudden a different girl got the jersey on.
That's when I gave me that jersey. All of a sudden somebody noticed me, man.
Points.
Yeah. They noticed me when I got that jersey on. I couldn't play with a damn. I had that jersey on.
Yeah.
But he took me away from the drama, man, and said, no, you're going to do this. And I never revisited until I was in college, and I ended up doing the same thing. Not this book report. I was playing like a drug dealer in college, and they were trying to get me to change my ways. And I actually knew something about that because I got boys that were doing that. So I'm up here in this college class, and I'm acting out. And we're just, doing a whole little scene. And then the teacher stepped in and the whole class said, stop, let him finish. And I just kind of looked. And I said, I was so believable that the teacher was like, okay. And she told me the same thing. You need to be in drama class. I said, I play ball and we don't have enough time. She said, I understand, but if you ever get a chance, you need to get into drama. Yeah. So I always kept that in the back of my mind, this acting thing, this theater thing. I kept it in the back of my mind while I went and did what everybody told me to do, which was play sports. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Once I got decent at basketball, yeah, man.
Yeah, that was real.
You can tell me nothing. I thought I was going to be like Jordan.
Yeah.
And then I got hurt. And that was the end of all of that.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
But I mean, that transition is still it's still amazing, man, because not only that, you found and you made two things.
Yeah.
You sparked life into yourself and the two different things that would literally get you out of, where you were from.
Yeah, it did. It did.
And it brought life into you.
Yeah, it absolutely did, man.
Yeah.
Because number one, I was headed down a road where we were going to put ourselves together a crew. Mm-hmm. We already had a crew, and we just played like street ball, and we would do whenever the church. I know people.
I like that laugh because the story's coming.
People gonna see this shit. And y'all gonna know what I'm talking about in Omaha, Nebraska. And if you ever missed some hubcaps back in like the mid '70s, sorry. What happened was
that's when hubcaps were bigger than rims.
Hubcaps
right? Hubcaps were bigger than rims at a certain point.
Hubcaps.
Yeah, they were dope.
Hubcap City, man.
I don't remember that because, I think you're
hubcaps.
I was about 20 years
rims,
later.
You get you some hubcaps.
Yeah, those are.
And you hit a big pothole. Bing, ding, ding, flying down. Oh yeah, what about hubcaps?
I forgot about hubcaps.
Next left.
Do they make those anymore?
Well, for some cars that like if you got an old school or something like that that came original with hubcaps.
Tell these kids what hubcaps are. Tell these kids what hubcaps are.
Hubcaps was the little chrome thing that went on the outside of the wheel.
Sometimes plastic.
Not the tire. Sometimes plastic. And you would have to take a rubber mallet and nail it all the way around in, and you gave your wheel a great look.
Yeah.
And some of the higher end cars came with hubcaps.
Yeah.
So hubcaps began to be the thing for wheels because they start designing them in different designs and stuff like that. But the problem with hubcaps is you can knock them right off.
Yeah.
Get a screwdriver and bing, 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 pop it off and take it and go and sell it.
Quick.
That's what we would do. But we were so wrong because what we would do is at night church, all the cars would be parked.
At church?
Oh, my God. Like I said, back in the 70s, if you're missing some hubcaps.
I see how you tip so well.
At night church, we would wait till the church doors closed. We'd be across the street looking. Wait till the church doors closed. Give it about 5 minutes because somebody's going to be late or whatever. Somebody coming back out or whatever. And wasn't no cell phones, wasn't no cameras nowhere, wasn't none of that kind of stuff, man. We hit that church parking lot.
Scandalous.
My boy we all pull our screwdrivers, go. Pink, 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 pink. 2 on a car. This side, you get that side. Next car, pink, 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 this side, that side. And we go down and be like, nobody want them damn things. We got it here. Pink, 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 this side, that side. And we clear out a whole section of their hubcaps. And we would throw them like in a push basket, like a basket at the grocery store. Wow. Which you take them back. Now you can't take them from the grocery store, but not back then. You could take them go anywhere. And we fill it up with hubcaps, man.
Really?
So we go back to somebody's crib and we'd match them all up, man, tape them, clean them, and tape them into a set of 4. And hey, man, yo, dog, you need some hubcaps on that bad boy, man. Yeah, man, I ain't going over there, Hubcap City, pay this. Y'all, dog, come here, man. Oh, man, you got it. Yeah. What we say, man, you can have all these for like $30, man. He said, $30, all right? Take them. We'll put them on for you, man. Get that rubber mallet out, man. Boop, 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 boop. Put your hub, man. That thing like a brand new car, man. We them boys. Come see us. We them boys. Yeah. He said, yeah, man. My boy, man. Now he got that new Impala, man. I know he needs some, man. But he like them one kind. See us after next Sunday. What?
That's cold-blooded, bro.
Bro, hey.
Man. That's crazy.
There's a whole lot of churches, man. We go up on Ames Street, man.
That's crazy.
And they park them all, man. We just wait. Church door closed. Give about 5 minutes. Jeez. Go over there. Go. Bing, bing.
Memories.
Bing, bing. Run out, man. God. We get them all, man. We get them all.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, man. Take them home, clean them up, man. Put tape on them and stuff, man.
Oh, man. This shit.
Sell them in a pack of 4, man. We got your hubcaps.
That's crazy. It went from hubcaps to rims. And rims became harder to get. But I mean, everyone was able to like somehow adapt and, still. That's just crazy. Like, it's like, the more things elevate, the opposite kind of goes with it.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
They elevate with it. These people are smart. Like, people can do So it's like, dude, like anybody in the hood. Okay, here's why I know you guys are smart. You guys can adapt and overcome in any situation.
Oh, yes, you can.
And most people can't do that.
No.
So if you can survive in the hood, I can promise you this.
Ooh.
Motherfucker, you can go to school and you can pass.
You can pass.
If you can survive, yeah,
and you can create a business and you can grow.
You can do all that.
You can do all of that.
Yes.
Look, man, look at your boys, your Master P's. Look at your Puffies. Look at your who am I trying to think of? Any of those cats, man, that came from zero and jumped into the corporate world and flourished.
Yeah.
Because they got a mindset of survival.
Yeah.
If you can use that,
implement it. Yeah.
with communication, know what you're talking about, know where you want to go, because that's how you have to do it. And all of a sudden, put some of that pride aside, go in, learn the game, know what you're talking about, know how to communicate. Trust me, man, if you're in that hood and you get put into that situation and you're able to communicate your creativity, you're going to make it. You're going to make it, but you got to separate yourself. It takes some doing because it's ingrained in you. It's ingrained in a lot of us. But once you separate yourself, you'll start seeing what you can really do. The hood is just a small microcosm of the world.
It's nothing.
It's nothing.
It's so small. It's like the people there don't like even equate to like people.
No.
I have phone calls. People, I'm coming out to Florida. Oh, hey man, I need you to come out to this state, this country, this state. I mean, these are people that I'm having conversations with all the time. They're moving. And they're going around the world. They don't even have time to even stop in a hood.
No.
They don't even have time.
No.
They don't even have time to even like, even if they drive by, they're like their heads down on their cell phone looking, making the next deal, making another phone call, next spot they're getting to. I'm letting you know, like, the harsh reality is that nobody cares, you guys. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. If
you have to care. You have to care more about yourself. You have to care more about yourself than the motherfuckers you think care about you.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, they don't care.
They don't care.
They do
don't
not
care.
give a fuck about you.
No,
and
they
you
do
have
not
to
care.
get out of your mind that these people care more about you than you care about yourself.
Yeah.
You have to stop that. You have to stop putting everyone in front of you. Everyone. And school's gonna open your mind to that.
It is. School's gonna open your mind.
That's
it's
a hard
show
pill to
you
swallow.
a whole different thing. And like I said, the mindset that you've already fostered by surviving in the hood, if you learn to communicate and you get into the corporate world, you will survive there too. You will thrive there because you already got the tenacity, you already got the survival skills.
Drive.
It's not going to be a problem, but you just got to do it. You got to separate yourself. Like I always say, separate yourself. It's not dissing your people or nothing like that. It's just that take your path.
Yeah, take your own path.
Take your path.
Yeah,
everyone is. You'll see the difference, and you'll see how much you've grown. And when you come back, you'll understand that the whole world is yours.
Yeah.
The whole world is yours.
Yeah.
Don't let people tell you that. And they tried to tell me this too, man.
Yeah.
When I first, when I came back from school, because I hadn't finished up, because like I said, I got hurt, and I said, well, I'm gonna join the military, and I can finish up school in the military. And everybody, not everybody, but most of my boys was like, hey, look, man, why you want to go putting on them people uniforms, man? Why you want to go do this, man? Uncle Sam did da. And if I would have listened to him, I'd have still been there.
Right.
So I said, nah. My next step, I want to finish school, and I want somebody to pay for it. Air Force. Right. Boom. Went right into the Air Force, man. And a lot of things changed for me when I went into the Air Force. It's just another piece of, it's another weapon in my arsenal. College, Air Force, a theatrical background. All these things you accumulate on your new path, your path, not somebody else's, your path. Yeah. All these things you accumulate will be just weapons in your arsenal to survive at a bigger level, at a higher level.
Yep, 100%.
And you can definitely do it. It's not an easy task, but hey, look, if you stand in the hood and you got to dodge other people's bullets and shit like that, people scamming and ripping you off, that's not an easy path either.
No, you're gonna pay for that. You might not be able to currency. You're gonna pay for that.
You definitely gonna pay for that.
Or even if the law doesn't catch up to you, you're gonna pay for it by staying there and staying there is something that's it's probably one of the worst punishments you can get. Is having to stay there.
Because the hood is continually growing and it'll leave your ass behind.
Yeah.
You'll be the hottest bad boy for about 10 years. And then next thing you know, you look around, man, there's some new bad boys, man. They popping off at you every now and then.
They're not even inviting you to the parties.
No.
Now. You're not even
Who
getting
you? You ain't got to connect.
They don't
You
even
ain't
know
got-
you. Yeah, they don't even know you at that point. Like
know you at
every
that
10
point.
years, everything changes.
Everything changes.
Everything.
Continually moving.
Now
man.
you don't know where the party's at. Now you don't know why didn't you invite me? Oh man, it starts with that.
Yeah. Then next thing you know,
Yeah.
you don't look around, it's all new little crews. And you ain't got no crew because, like you said, they got married,
Or
in jail, or dead.
Yep.
They done moved on. They done stopped it. And you still out there like, you
And I see it all the time.
I
go back sometimes, and I think it's gonna reground me, and it doesn't. It doesn't reground me, but it does kind of give me a reminder like where I don't want to be and how thankful I am.
That's it.
And I don't even think you guys. I don't even think it's not even just going to school. Just go somewhere.
Yes.
Be somewhere else.
Be somewhere else. Like I said, separate yourself.
Yeah, separate yourself.
Separate yourself.
Yeah, that's at least that. And then find something you love to do. Find anything. I mean, it's better to be on a beach surfing every day around nice people with great communicational skills than to be somewhere where you're doing the same thing every day.
You're doing the same thing every day.
Yeah.
And as you look around, and I used to look around all the time, man, and I knew one of my partners was gonna get it. Every now and then I said, somebody gonna get it, man. Yeah. We shoot dice. Yeah. We pop off with the wrong fools and shit, man. But we got our own crew and this, that, and the other. And we gonna solidify this. And this is right before I took off and left the school. I was thinking like, this is what we can do, y'all. But it's not like other crews gonna let you be the crew. You gotta fight your way through that and all this kind of stuff.
Someone's always trying to get bigger points.
Somebody's always trying to get bigger points, man. Let it go. Let it go. Leave it alone, man. Like I said, I grew up in the projects. Leave it alone. And once you hit your path and you start seeing your light at the end of the tunnel and see how creative you can be and how it benefits you and that you're not just this, that's when you'll understand that, I'm not just this.
Yeah.
I can do anything.
Yeah. And most of you guys don't even know what the fuck you're good at because you haven't even done anything if you're fucking in the ghetto, right?
No, you do what you do.
You do it the same shit, do what everybody else fucking does. Everybody can do.
Yeah,
Nothing hard about that.
It's
Ain't
easy.
nothing hard about
like,
that.
this is what we doing. This is what we doing. All right, this is what we doing.
Yeah, you have to be around people. Now, get this. This is another hard part for people in the hood. Like while you're still young, be around people. But as you get older and you start messing around with money, those people are going to be really, especially the ones that don't have money, that want to act like they have money. That's going to create problems. That's a bad mix for you guys. You guys need to get in while you're young. Get in while you're young. Be around people kind of doing the same thing, still learning, still have aspirations, still have respect for other people, still have love for other people, still adapt into that and transition slowly into an adult figure that can handle that stuff. But you're not going to be ready for that right out the gate out of the hood.
No.
You're not going to be ready for that. No. But you do need to be around good people your age, feel good about yourself, get motivated, and hang out with people who are going in the same direction once you find something you love. At least that, because then it's just going to compound. It's going to be compound interest on your dreams.
On your dreams, man. So you got to get around those people, man. Learn from those people. Be a sponge, man, because people want to tell you. People want to teach you. Now, where you grew up, nobody want to give you the game.
Nothing.
Unless you come in under them.
Yep.
But when you get out to college, man, and these other places, and everybody wants to like, okay, this is what we do. This is what you got to do.
A lot of team projects too. You have to work together. A lot of projects, homeschool projects.
Just like what was the Jobs did all that in the garage with his buddies.
Yeah.
Look at him now.
Yeah.
all this stuff that you can create with your buddies if you get the right buddies. Okay, either you can create a whole, you can lock down a block, or you can go somewhere and own a block.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Exactly.
But leave, get yourself an education, some communicating skills, because that's the number one problem. Like I said, I always see young guys, and they're like, man, I got these ideas, dog, and da-da-da-da. I said, well, first of all, when you walk into anybody's boardroom and tell them about your idea and you're trying to get money from them, they ain't your dog.
Nope.
Okay? So learn how to communicate the way that they're going to understand what it is you have to say.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing. Learn how to communicate so that they can understand what it is you have to say. And everybody's got something to say. Everybody got a story. Everybody got a creative niche in them. But if you can't communicate it, everybody's gonna be like, and I seen this, Yeah. Well, yeah. Tell you what, let me get back to you. They don't understand shit you said.
Right.
They don't understand what you're about, what you're trying to do, or nothing because you did not communicate to them in a way that they could understand it. Once you're able to do that, and you got a viable idea, which everybody's got a viable idea. I don't care if it's a restaurant or whatever, you got one. And somebody out there is looking to champion your idea financially.
Oh, yeah.
They're looking. Because people with money are always looking for young entrepreneurs that they can back up and become the next big thing because they get to make money off of it too. It's your idea. You won't have the money. They don't have the idea, but they have the money. This is how it works.
Yep.
But you gotta be able to communicate, and you gotta be able to understand that the environment that you're trying to get into is not like the environment you came from. I'm not saying that the environment you came from is one that you can't keep close to. You keep in there, you understand that. Never forget where you're from. We all do that. We understand that. But where you're going is important to understand how that place operates. And when you can do that, you're gonna find yourself elevating to heights you never dreamed of. And when you come back, you won't recognize what's going on. You'll be like, okay, this is some mess. And they may not even recognize you. Like, dude, you dress different, you talk different, you're driving different. You're like, what's happening? I've grown. Get into my grown-ass man years now. Because ain't nothing worse than a grown-ass man sitting on a stoop somewhere handing out nickels or whatever. Fuck, man. Dude. I understand people that have done that, but if you've done that, be smart enough to take that and use that and grow somewhere else. How you doing, everybody? This is your boy, Jaye Razor. Check me out on BDS TV, Big Daddy Swole TV. It's the hottest thing going. You can find out all about me on the caption below. Everything, Instagram, the Jaye Razor. I love to hear from you all, your opinions on the show, even if you like it, if you didn't like it. And you can just keep up with the things that I'm doing, and it's going to be a lot of hot stuff like this, BDS TV. Number one thing I took from Godfather, I'm going legit.
Yeah.
No, I'm going legit. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Because
That's where the real money's at.
What?
That's where the real money. Because you can't do anything with drug money, guys. You can't go out and buy houses.
Tell them.
Yeah. You have to go and, there's so many things like I don't want to get into it too heavily, but I mean, because then I don't want to turn a bunch of people into drug dealers. Yeah. But I will say this, like the rich people, the real rich people, they're not drug dealers.
Oh.
They're not drug dealers, guys. No. So I'll let you know that straight up right now. Like you'll get some money to float around and be able to buy a bunch of used cars with and buy a bunch of cars that people farted in, but I mean you ain't gonna get that new.
You ain't gonna get that new.
You ain't gonna get that new like that.
But the deal is that
unless you know how to, which I'm not gonna tell you.
Here's the deal.
For your safety.
Look, and I don't want to get too deep in this. We're gonna change subject real soon. But a product is a product. If you can sell that, you can sell real estate. Yep. You can sell cars. You can sell produce. You can sell, at a high level, not on a highway, oranges and shit, whatever, but you can sell anything. You can market anything because you know how to get people's interest. Yep. And when you go into someone and say, hey, I got this idea on how I'm going to sell this, and you communicate to them in a way that they're like, I can see what you're saying. Yeah, we'll start off with 50 G's. Let's see if this goes. I own this percentage of it. If you're okay with that, let's get it going. Here's the money. Build the infrastructure, and let's see what we got. But you got to do it that way because if you sold a product, you can sell a product. That's just the way it is. So that's get out of there, take that path, learn. Because when I did that, and like I said, I went to school. I went back. It wasn't for me anymore to the point that I just quit going home, and I said, okay, this is my life,
right?
And this is what I never thought I could do. What I never thought I could have. Because
you never experienced it.
No, I never experienced it.
With
nobody around me to tell me nothing about acting or anything like this. Miss Harold showed me this is where you can go. And then once you get out there in the world, it's a whole lot of other people that's like, you know what? Yeah, dude, this is how you do this. This is how you do that and the other. I'm going to put you in my little commercial right away. And I was in Washington, D.C. at the time. It's like, I'm going to throw you in this little pizza commercial. I was like, what is it? Yeah, you got great presence. Boom, boom. And he shot it, and it went all over. And everybody's like, oh, wow, this is great. Next thing you know, boom, a big one hit. Some dude came to the gym, said, I need a couple bodybuilders who can really act. And everybody said, well, you know, Razor, he acts a little bit. This is still wild in D.C. I hadn't even came to California in the 90s yet. So I'm like, oh, yeah, what do you want? He said, well, can you audition for me? Because we're looking for a guy who, with your structure, who's going to do this part in this opera. And I'm like, I don't sing. It's not a singing part. It's more of a presence. You might have a couple speaking roles if we decide how that's going to work. But it's more of a presence. So I go down there and I audition for the dude. He said, we need to do this, that, and the other. And I did it. I said, oh, okay, this is cool. And my boy did it. And it was like, yeah. And so what happened was, probably 2 days later, man, he called me up. He said, hey, man, we'd like to come down for a fitting and see how the outfit works. I was like, oh, hey, dude, ain't nobody told me really what I'm doing. Yeah, you just told me it was opera and I'm going to be doing this. He said, no, come on down. And it was a huge production. Wow. So I go down. And I'm like, okay, they fit me for it, and it's a big, nice outfit, and they made this super big, huge sword. I said, what am I doing? And the guy said, you ever heard of the opera Turandot? And I was like, no, I don't follow. He said, well, Turandot is a major opera. You're going to be Buten Pao. You're going to be the executioner. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. He said, just kind of read up on it. So I read up on it. I said, oh, wow, this is cool. So I'm thinking like, all right, it's going to be like the Lincoln Theater or something. He said, no, this is going to be at the Kennedy Center, 12 shows. I was like, what? The Kennedy Center. He said, yeah, the president might come. We know all the dignitaries, congressmen going to come and everything. Yes.
Huge. That's no little show.
And I'm like, what? He said, yeah.
And that's just off of being able to separate yourself, going into a new environment,
speaking the language, understanding what he wanted from me, and him understanding that I was a person that could communicate. So.
And listen. Okay, let's talk about listening real quick. If you do not listen, you don't even have to agree. No. But it takes less energy to talk than it does to not talk. So, you guys, listening is a major part of it. You don't even have to argue. No. Right? You don't. Even if you don't hear something you don't like. But anyways, let's get back to your...
Just listen. What he did, we went down there, I did it, and they hooked it all up, and then we had these dress rehearsals at the Kennedy Center. So, man, dude, they made this huge, massive, wheel, and they would turn the wheel, and I would act like I was sharpening this huge knife. Was like about 8 feet, and you just bring it down because and it touched the wheel. It had electrodes to it, and sparks would fly.
That's cool, man.
Oh, it was cool as hell, That's cool, man. I said, I can't believe I'm doing this shit, man. The Kennedy Center, 12 shows. So I said, yeah, this is you. Boom, we did it, man. It came off huge. And from that, I got a couple more little commercials. And then I started looking into, maybe I ought to take some damn classes. So then I started taking a couple classes here and there. And I said, I kind of know what I'm doing. And then the bug, it was coming back. 5th grade was coming back. The little thing I did as a drug dealer in college was coming back when I played that part. Yeah. And I'm like, okay. I'm into this. I'm really into this. You know, I figured out that I'm not gonna be no pro ball player, nothing like that. So I'm into this. So boom. I said I'm gonna shoot out to LA. So I came out here and it was like 98, 99. So I'm out here in LA. I'm doing the auditions and everything.
It was popping during that time.
Yeah, LA was popping. Everything was popping during that time. But here's a guy that, once again, didn't know exactly what I was doing, but I went anyway. So I ended up out here, and I ended up learning a lot. Even though I didn't get a lot of bookings and nothing like that, I learned a lot.
Listen.
And then, because I listened. I listened to what people were doing. I watched what people were doing. I said, this is what they got. Oh, okay, cool. So then I said, well, it just wasn't working because I wasn't making any money. Started doing little security gigs. In LA, it's a hard place if you ain't making no money. Oh. So I ended up going back into dancing. So
well, wait a minute.
We'll talk about that. Hold on, let me finish this. I ended up going back.
Okay, go ahead.
I went back to DC. All right. Because DC was my hub. It was my financial center. And I knew in DC I could make all the money I need because I was an exotic dancer at the time.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yes, I was. I was an exotic dancer at the time, man. I started exotic dancing when I got out of the military because I did an 8-year stint in the military. It was 4 active, 4 inactive. The inactive was like, okay, go do what you want, but stay in shape, stay off drugs because we might call your ass back because Desert Storm had just ended and I was sitting on waiting to go.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Waiting to go. And they shut it down.
Okay.
And they said, okay, we're not going to send any more troops. We're going to send any more equipment. So stand down. I was like, I don't care if anybody tell you, man, when you get tapped to go to war, you scared. People can sit there and talk all that shit that it won't be Rambos or whatever. Well, guess what? The other motherfucker over there got guns too, and he trained too.
Yep.
And it don't take a lucky shot because he know what he doing. So he can get one in your brain pan too. Just like you going over there thinking you Rambo, they think they Rambo too. This is war.
They got some real people, and the bullets. Those are bullets.
Those are bullets.
They got
ain't playing. When they get up on that 50 and you hear that dum 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 dum. Okay, everybody get underground.
Yep.
Don't care what you.
Some of those bullets don't even have to hit you and they'll rip your body in half. They could be like
your ass apart.
8 feet away and rip you apart.
Man, so I was like, in the military. Well, yeah, I got out of the military, and so I was like, okay, this is I'm waiting to get hired by any cop shop. I had not auditioned, but I had interviewed with all the police. Maryland State Troopers, Virginia State Troopers, Capitol Hill Police, Metro, the DC Metro Police, Fairfax, Virginia Police, Jersey, all the way down to maybe a couple in South Carolina.
Wow.
All of that is off the Eastern Seaboard. And when I went in to when I went in to interview, because I was getting out of the military to be a cop.
Yeah, a lot of people out of the military do that.
Yeah. Well, I was a cop in the military.
Oh, you was MP?
Yeah, I was an MP.
Okay.
I was an MP in the military. I was in a high-profile unit, all MPs. The honor guard is all MPs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you see them fancy dudes marching and throwing the rifles, they cops.
Yep.
They just higher-level cops with good physicality that they chose to be in the honor guard. And you do your cop job. Maybe every quarter you go over to the cop shop, familiarize yourself with shit that's going on, and you go right back to marching, flag holding, and burying people is the number one job.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, now I'm out of that, Desert Storm had hit, and they put everybody on hold and stand down. So it was like, whew, good. So I get out, and I'm like, well, I'm put on my blues. I'm gonna hit every cop shop, and I hit all of them, and they all say, dude, you're number one on the list. But what was it? This was about 90, 91, 92, 93. They had a hiring freeze on the whole Eastern Seaboard. Mm-hmm. They were not hiring any authority personnel. No cops, no nothing, no anything. And I was like, what? They said, yeah, we had an influx about 3 years ago of all young people, and they haven't matured to their retirement status yet, so we're not hiring anymore. But the minute we do, you're on the list, number one on the list. I said, well, shit, man. He said, it might be about 3 years, dog, because, we got all these young cats. Oh, wow. And I'm like, shoot, what I'm going to do? So I started doing a little security gig, sitting there just doing a little security gig. It wasn't nothing, just at Alamo security, watching, checking out the cars. Yeah, the car matched your number, yeah, goodbye. That's all I was doing all day long. Yeah. And I ran into these cats, man, and I was at the gym. Back in the day, we didn't have no Gold's Gym. We had Holiday Spa.
Is that right?
That was a Holiday Spa.
Wait a minute. Okay.
Man. Or Bally's. We had a Bally's. It was a Bally's and a Holiday Spa.
Okay. So you had a way to basically train.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So they didn't have no major weights out there.
And no.
It wasn't like, okay, cool.
No. You have machines in there, and you have maybe a dumbbell rack and one strength rack. But you had a track, and you had all the aerobics class you wanted. Okay. It was a Bally's. That was a Bally's Holiday Spa or something like that. Anyway. I ran into these cats, man. They come in, man.
What's up, everybody? I'm Big Daddy Swolls. Hopefully you're enjoying your entertainment on BDS TV. If you are, please make sure to give me a like, comment, and subscribe so you guys can be the first to be notified about new content that's released. Also, be sure to check out my website, my music page, my social media platforms, and our merchandise store, all listed on the links below.
I saw nice vehicles, man. They was yoked up and everything, man. And I was okay. I was built, man. I still had my little military build. Mm-hmm. And of course, I tried to keep some size. I was working security, like I said, and I was at Bally's Holiday Spa. Mm-hmm. And these cats pulled up, man. They was in there all the time, man. And I was like, man, what y'all do? They said, man, we strippers, man. I said, oh, yeah.
They said with pride, too.
Oh,
they said it with pride,
what?
too.
Man, my boy said, we strippers. And it was my boy. And everybody might know this cat, man. The cat that got me into it, man, his name was Don Long, man. 'Cause he was
I
a
know.
stripper.
Wait, not the Don Long.
The Don Long.
You talking about
man.
Don Long, the bodybuilder?
Don
Don
Long,
Long?
the bodybuilder, man. I was
What,
with Don and
dude?
I hung out together. We were strippers before he ever became a pro bodybuilder.
No
man.
way. Does he want this to be known?
Yeah. How
I'm
can
sure
he
they got
hide it?
pictures.
There's
they
pictures
got
all
it.
over the world. You can't hide it. One thing you can't, when
yeah,
you're
I'll-
a stripper, you bear it all. You ain't hide nothing nowhere. I don't care. Wherever I'm at, somebody gonna know what I've done. So, man, I was like, strippers? He was like, yeah, man, we strippers, man. You ought to come out, man. The ladies will love you, man. He said, because we don't have nobody like you, man. I was like, oh, man, I don't know about all that, man.
Hey, wait. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna get back to that.
Yeah.
I got a question.
So
Yeah.
the deal was, man, I said, hey, man, I can't come in there by myself, man. So I knew this chick, and she was like, yeah, I'll go with you, man. I go all the time. He said, I know Don, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. So I walk in there, man. I'm all apprehensive and nervous, man. I walked into this one club, and I see these cats. I was like, yeah, I ain't doing this. I can't do this, man. These dudes out here half butt naked and shit, man. They run around, and man, I was like, I'm a good dancer. I can dance.
Oh, did you tell him that? He's like, I can dance, but you don't.
Yeah, pretty much that was it. I was like, I can dance,
dance,
man, but I ain't y'all got G-strings on, bro. Ain't no dude gonna wear no G-string. I'm not wearing that, man. So I'm gonna have to take a pass, man. So she said, well, I think you could do it. This and a couple ladies was peeping me out because I always had a little style. And so she said, yeah, okay. A couple ladies was like, okay, who is that? Okay.
They want the guy that they can't have.
Yeah. And I
They
was
want
like,
the dude that they can't.
I'm just chilling, man. I'm about to get up out of here. So I boogied up out of there, man. But one thing I didn't know is my sister was a bartender at one of the #1 strip clubs in Washington, D.C. I didn't know it at the time.
Really?
I didn't know it. So he said, well, maybe it's another club that might fit you. It's the same kind of club, but it's kind of more like upscale, this, that, and the other. So I said, all right, I don't know, man. I still don't think I can do it. She said, well, a lot of guys don't all wear like G-strings, blah, blah, blah. So I said, all right, I'll go check this one out. So I went in there and I was like, oh, sis. She was like, what you doing here, boy? And I was like, hey, I'm just trying to check it out. She said, hold on. She called the owner, who's one of my best friends to this day. She called the owner. He came downstairs. She said, this is my brother. He's thinking about dancing. He looked at me and said, come in on Sunday, man, and we'll kind of like put you through the test and audition you or something like that. I'm like, all right, okay, cool. And then my boy Don and his roommate at the time was a brother named Tim. We used to call him Silk. He said, man, you're going to need a G-string, man. You're going to need an outfit. I said, dude, I can't wear no G-string. He said, dude, if you don't wear no G-string, you ain't going to make no money, man. And I said, well, I do need to make some money, man. He said, look, bruh, after a week or so, you're going to be used to it, man. Ain't going to be nothing to it, man. Ain't nobody going to see you in it but a bunch of damn women anyway. I said, I don't know, man. So he said, look, somebody has to gift you a G-string. So he gave me a G-string. I put it on, and I was like in the mirror like, oh, man, I look like a fruit. What I got myself into. So I had this banging warm-up. I had like teal green, I forget what, I think it was Van Grack or some shit like that.
Hey, I got one question. What was your stage name?
Oh. Hey, my stage name was Razor the Mandingo Warrior. Yeah. That's what it was. And I'll tell you how I got that name too, man.
Yeah, we're gonna let's go back to the intro, but I want to know that. I want to know how you got your name. So let's go back to that. Let's go back to the introduction of Razor the Mandingo.
I got the little, I remember the G-string too. It was green with like spots on it, little pink polka dots on it. I'm like, boy, if this ain't just come on, man.
You couldn't buy your own G-string?
Well, no, people make them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but ain't nobody gonna make nothing for you. You the first timer, dude. Now they might, but back in the day, can't nobody make nothing from you. A guy has to bring you in and said, I vouch for this dude, because my sister vouched for me. Oh, wow. And my boy Don said, yeah, he good, he built, he all right. And then somebody has to say, all right, here's your G-string. That's how it was back on the East Coast. Oh, wow. Now you can go buy and just run out there and, So he gifted me one. I said, all right. So I put on my best jumpsuit, my best little atomics. Remember your little atomics? Yeah. Everybody had a pair. I put on my little atomics, man. And I said, they said, what you gonna call yourself, man? And I had no idea. I was gonna call myself Terminator at first. Really? And I was like, these dudes said, no, you can't call yourself Terminator, man, because some nights you got to slow it down, depending on what kind of club you got to pick a name that's kind of you, is going to stick with you. Ain't nobody holler, hey, Terminator down the street. What's your name going to be? And at the time, how I got the name is my favorite comics was in Muscle Mag or Flex. I forget what, Muscle Mag or Flex or, anyway, it was called, Max Rep. If you ever read the little cartoons.
I think I remember
the Max Rep cartoons. Max Rep was this big, built-ass white dude, man, but he had an arch nemesis, man, was this tall, cool brother, man, and the cool brother name was Razor. Max Rep and Razor. And I was like, Razor, call me Razor. And it was like, all right, Razor. The Mandingo Warrior came later.
Oh, okay.
But he said,
that's another story.
So that's another story. So I said, okay. It's all right, coming to the stage, ladies. He's brand new. I think you're going to like this guy. His name is Razor. And everybody's like,
yeah.
What you got? I'm like, wow. Gap band. I remember like it was yesterday, Gap band, burn rubber on me. Because I put a motorcycle helmet on with my fly-ass tracksuit. Went out on stage, kicking some MC Hammer steps, man, doing that. All right, okay. All right, go. And I was always in the gym, so there was tearaways. Boom, I snatched the bottoms off. They saw my legs. They said, oh, okay. This dude got some, okay. So, everybody's like, okay, wait a minute. Hold on now. Hold on. And then I said, all right, here we go. Here we go. Points. So then I unbuttoned the top. Boom, 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 boom. Abs came out. Boom. Couple chicks rushed the stage. They said, okay, yeah. Wow. But I still hadn't took the helmet off yet.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this is before I cut my hair off. I had like the little shade on. I thought I was, Loose Ends. I thought I was one of them cats in one of the R&B groups, man. I had it like close on the side, wavy on the top and shit, man. You couldn't tell me I wasn't Lionel Richie, boy. I was dark Lionel Richie. I took that helmet off, man. They said, okay, wow. Boom, came up, threw a little money at me. I'm looking down there, okay, I got a little money. And I picked it all up, man. I was like, okay, what I do now? I said, put the money down, keep dancing. I put the money down, I kept dancing and stuff. Now they threw a little more money, man. They said, how y'all like Razor? Y'all want to bring it back? Yeah. So I was like, okay, that's cool. I went upstairs, my heart beating all fast and shit, man. I said, all right, boom. Wow. And dude said, all right, man. You did all right. You did all right. You cool, man. You gonna come back next week? I said, I guess. He said, okay, here's the circuit. You go to the classics. I said, I've been to classics. I said, well, this is the circuit. You go to the classics, you go to legends, and you come to Thursday shows here and also every first Sunday shows here. And I said, okay. He said, man, it's a job, man. It's a job. It ain't going to pay you until you build up a following. I said, all right. He said, all your tips is your tips. This, that's the other. You do what you want to do. He said, not to mention all the women in here. I'm like, yeah. So I was upstairs, and they said, okay, now what you got to do to go get the rest of your money? I said, I had like a bunch. So I was like, all right, put money away, man. I'm like, man, I don't trust these. Man, don't nobody steal. Ain't nobody gonna steal your shit up here, man, dog. Yeah. Everybody up here professional. Yeah. All right, so I left him a little bag. And they said, you go downstairs with just your little G-string on, take a towel because you're gonna sweat, and you dance from table to table, tell everybody thank you, just do a little dance for them. They might give you a little more money right there. And you got any business cards? No, I got no business cards. He said, well, dude, this is how you get your private shows. At these tables, you give out your business cards. They'll call you for a private show. I'm like, a private show? What's that? He said, yeah, private shows, like they have bridal showers, birthday parties, and all this kind of stuff. They hire you to come and do your set at their house.
That's cool. That was the way how you...
That's how you make the big money.
Wow, yeah.
No, because I ended up making real big money doing it. I'll tell you that in a minute. So what happened was, I was like, I ain't got no business. He said, well, go out there and get the rest of your money anyway, man. So I go out there to the table, man, and I'm dancing, man, and I'm doing and shaking it. Oh, yeah, you did good. We like you, Mr. New Man. What's your name? Raisin? Like a raisin? Like a raisinette? I said, Razor. She's like, okay, Raisin. And then he didn't give a shit. They just kept tipping me and shit. I didn't give a shit because he kept tipping me. So I went to this one chick's big sister.
Right.
But the sister was in the game, or some people in her family was in the game, because she had like all the fixings at her table.
Oh, wow.
Back in those days, it was like Moet and all that.
Oh, yeah.
And she was in there. She said, I kind of like you. So what happened was he had this big Angora sweater on, big white one. And I know that thing costs a lot of money because he's big. Yeah. He had that made. Big, beautiful sister, though. But so what happened was, I spilt a strawberry daiquiri on that sweater because the tables was weak, and I bumped one and it poosh. And I was horrified. I just looked at her like, oh shit. She said, okay, all right, Mr. Razor, you in trouble now. You in trouble. She stood up and everybody's, oh girl, your sweater, your sweater, your sweater. And I was like, I don't know what the hell to do now. I done pissed off these motherfucking women. And she was like, you know what, Miss Razor, you done messed up now. Because you know what? You owe me a drink. And I was like, that's it. I'm looking at that sweater. I know it costs a hell of a lot of money, but she wasn't getting two shits about that sweater. She wanted that damn strawberry daiquiri. So I went up to my sister and I said, hey, I just knocked over this chick's strawberry daiquiri over there. She said, don't worry, I'll set him up. And then I said, what you want me to tell them? She said, tell them they drinks is on the house. Come up and get whatever they want. I got you. Because he was the head bartender. I was like, oh shit, thanks, sis. So I went by and said, hey, yo, my sister's a bartender over there. Whatever y'all want is on the house. She was like, what? I was like, yeah. She says, oh okay. And so they start tipping me a lot of money because they ain't got to buy no drinks now. Right. So they tipped me a whole bunch of money, man. And I went upstairs. I was like, okay. And then so right away, everybody's like, man, how new boy get all that cash and shit? I was like, hey, man, I don't know. Hey, man, it's what it was. So I gathered up. I went to the next club, and I started making the circuits. And then they invited me to go to North Carolina and dance at a big club. And I started making a little name for myself. And it just kind of grew, man. And that's one of those jobs, man. You gotta be cognizant of the time because you'll look around and years will be gone because you're just having too much fun. Man.
Yeah.
I danced at colleges. I've danced at old folks' homes, man. I've danced for the hearing impaired, man.
Yeah.
I've danced every damn club, everywhere, man. So,
But it's fun.
Oh,
sometimes it's not.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, I've always had fun except one time.
There's at least one.
No, this is your area. I came to the Bay Area.
Oh, word?
Word.
Yeah,
they flew us out to the Bay Area. Me and my boy, Texas Outlaw. And you might know this cat. His name Keanu. Yeah, Keanu was an Asian, white, black-looking dude, man. Super good-looking, great-haired dude. He was a dancer up in the Bay Area, man.
How would I know him?
I don't know.
Not from that.
But he was up there in that area, man. It's the Bay. You know, in these areas, man.
Yeah, you know,
if you run in a night crowd, there's always a couple strippers around there that people like know.
Yeah,
about.
but I mean, you know, I ain't really, you know.
Yeah, I see any women up there, they know.
I mean, I danced.
Okay,
I danced, but not, you know.
Yeah, well, hey, bro.
I did. I didn't go to these. I did. Well, I'm not gonna get into that.
Come on, man. What up? So no.
Yeah. Keanu, man. Was that the stage name?
That was his stage name.
I definitely don't know what that dude did. Yeah, because I'm
like Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, I never did that.
Yeah, but I got booked to come out to the Bay Area.
Yeah,
it had nothing to do with the Bay Area. The Bay Area was great when we finally made it there, like about 10 hours later. But what happened was, I'm on a plane. Everything's going good. Plane was half-ass empty, and all of a sudden we seen the stewardess run down the aisle and tell everybody to put the tables up and sit up in upright position, make sure your seatbelts are secure. It was like, oh, what's going on? Damn engine was on fire. The engine on the plane was on fire.
You were on a plane.
I was on a plane.
You were on a plane.
Going over, I think we was over Texas at the time.
Did you already start your dancing?
Oh, yeah, I had been a dancer for a minute.
No, I mean like, okay, all right.
You know, I had been a dancer for a minute. They were hiring me to come out to some club in the Bay Area. It was like a theater or something, but everybody had the theatrical type seats, and we was going to be dancing.
Oh, I thought you were dancing on the plane. No.
I was like, wait a minute. Have you ever danced on a plane? No.
Okay.
Danced on a bus.
That's on a bus.
I danced everywhere. Like I said, I danced at old folks' home, danced for the hearing impaired. I've danced everywhere. But no, we were on a plane flying to a gig when wing, one of the engines on the wing caught on fire. Yeah. Trust me, man. And it was a bunch of big, swole, hard cats with us, man. Everybody's eyes was watered up because the captain was like, hey,
one of them.
Brace yourself.
Oh, no, he didn't.
You do not want to hear that, man. I'll ask my boy Texas. He'll tell you, man, we was like, what? What's going on? And, man, all of a sudden, we was like, the lady said, hey, look, we have an engine that's burning. We're going to have to land. We don't, because, you know, I was like, yeah, this fucking
Yeah,
bitch is
yeah,
on fire.
it's probably a good
probably
idea.
a good idea. The fucking
Probably a
man.
good idea, yeah.
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 So we started descending real fast, man. And man, me and my boys was like, we told the lady, hey, bring us all them little liquor bottles, man. Because, dude, we thought we was going to hit something. We thought we was going to hit something.
It said brace.
So we get down, they find an airport, and out the window we look and we see all the hazmat trucks coming and everything. The foam trucks are coming and everything, man. And we hit that ground and he hit the brakes real fast. Real fast. So it's not like a normal, it was like boom, he hit him and everybody flew forward and stuff and you can hear shit. And they stopped it immediately, man, and they came up there and they hit that whole plane with the foam and everything, man, while we was in it and stuff. They opened up a place. We walked out to the side because they got it out of fire. They got it off. They took it, put it out. And we walked down and we spent probably like 6 hours in a Texas airport. And then my boy was like, hey, man, we just going to rent a car and go back home, man. We going back home. I'm not going out there. This is a bad omen. We wasn't trying to get back on another plane. They said, all right, a couple more hours.
I wouldn't either. Yeah.
Yeah, but the lure of money, man, and what they was paying us, man, 2 hours later, everything kind of, the anxiety kind of, we got back on the plane, came out to the Bay Area, man.
Ballsy.
And we made some money, man. And that was one of the bad experiences. And one that happens more than normal is you always get people coming up to the club trying to fight you. Somebody's boyfriend or somebody's husband.
Oh.
They come up there, they want to fight you all the time.
Really?
Yeah, man. I found your card, man, on top of my refrigerator, man, and I just need to know, man. You know, all this kind of stuff.
Fuck my girl.
Oh, they want to know that. The first thing I tell them, I said, man, your girl can't give me nothing but money. You be lying, but your girl can't give me nothing but money.
Hey, let's talk about those girls, man, for a second.
Hey.
We've seen some stuff. As a dancer, I've seen some girls do some pretty nasty shit you wouldn't think that they would do. When you say nasty, it's like, for us it ain't nasty, but for the man...
Oh, girls are way worse than guys.
Way worse than guys.
Girls are way worse than guys.
Way worse than guys.
Girls will fucking
They'll
reach for everything, fondle anything and everything. At the girls' club, you can't touch none of them.
Oh yeah, but and they're the girls. They're cheering.
Oh, the other girls are cheering.
Friends on, tell them,
do it. I dare you to do it.
And then they all get excited. And, like they go crazy,
man.
Crazy.
I'm gonna go into the dark part. It's not really dark, but it's some things that
it's dark. It's dark for the husband. It's for the husband to be.
The husband to be.
I tell you this,
because
if I ever get married,
no, she ain't got no party.
Do
not let your woman have a party.
She better not even ask me.
Not unless you're there.
That's the end of the engagement.
The best thing I've seen is people have tandem parties when they're both there. And what they do is they'll have a female stripper and a male stripper, and they keep their ass out on the floor and they just do a performance. And then everybody's like, oh, okay, cool. And then they take their ass home.
Yeah.
But if you let your girls go by themselves with her girls,
don't let that happen, man. We're about to take every stripper's money, man.
Oh,
Sorry.
Hey.
And do not let your ladies go.
Do not let your ladies
As
go.
a dancer who has danced a little bit, you know, and I'm going to go ahead and just say I was utterly shocked at that particular point in my life, actually, what I've seen and experienced. But that goes back to us having a lot of fun, and the husband, I don't know, maybe I'm still got some bad karma coming for that. I don't know. I'm not saying I did anything with the bride-to-be. I had morals and stuff like that. I didn't do that.
Shit, I did.
Yeah.
Look, man.
I am a little bit better in certain areas than other people. I will say so myself.
Well,
but you are not lying, my friend. They are pretty. Well, why would you say no? Why would any man really at that point? I mean,
look. Here's the deal.
They don't even know. They didn't even know the girl, so why
I don't know who she was. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you don't even know. Most of the time, you don't even know who the bachelorette is.
I ain't got no idea.
Sometimes, I mean, but it gets lost in the crowd.
A lot of time, an agency will send you
to
places, and they say, "Well, she says you're her favorite." I don't know who she is, but the money came, and I'm good, and boom, I show up, and like, "Oh, it's you. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know you was getting married. Oh, okay." So boom, you perform. 30, 40 women is probably the norm to being in that room or something like that. And then somebody, girl, it's your last night. And hey, if she good looking,
let it go.
hey, dude.
So many of them. But I mean, dude, actually, there's some guys that actually know what they're marrying sometimes too. But
Well,
I mean,
there's a lot of guys. But dude, I've had
so
guys
many.
hire me back in the day to dance for their woman.
Yeah,
Yeah, but then a woman will hire a girl to dance for him. Yeah. So y'all know what y'all getting into, right? Not necessarily that anything happens at those kind of weddings, because sometimes it's the most unassuming person that shit's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I went into and I've danced for people, and then, dude, oh man, one night, it's wow. Yeah, I'm gonna tell this story. One night I got sent to a house in Virginia, man, real nice house, colonial style, beautiful, big, 5,000 square foot probably, on a half-acre land. It was gorgeous, man. So I pull up, boom. Lights are all off. I said, okay, it's kind of like a surprise thing. And I'm in contact with the lady that booked the party. And I'm saying, hey, so the lights are off. You should just say, what's the address? Just open the door and go in. So, and you'll get ready. Just you'll see. I open the door, man, and I go in. There's a girl in there tied up.
What?
She's tied up. I mean, she couldn't get out, but she was all tied up, had a little veil on and everything, little wedding veil on and everything, man. Cute little outfit. She was tied up. You're my favorite. You're my favorite. You're my very, very favorite.
What?
And I was like, okay, so where's the party? She said, I am the party.
What?
And I said, okay, well, I gotta have a private room to change in. I told the girl all this. She says, you don't need to change, just put on some music.
Oh,
Dude,
wow.
it was that kind of party.
Wow.
Sorry. And her girlfriend was like, hey, look. A few hours later, she's very happy. I said, well, I hope so. And she wants you to like be a guest at the wedding. I'm like, no, that ain't gonna happen, man. What is wrong with y'all? Bruh, that world is, that's a mile story.
Freaky tales.
That's a mile story. I can tell you a story about, we went to Virginia.
Wait, but what happened though?
What you think happened? She called her girlfriend and said, I had a very nice time. This is the girl told me that I didn't have to dance.
It went down.
I went down, then went down again, and then I went home.
And then you got invited to the wedding.
Then I got invited to the wedding. That's what I'm telling you. Dude, I'm not married, and there's probably a reason why.
This is why we know women are worse.
Scandalous.
Like, I will tell you this. I'll never let someone like, let me rephrase this. Okay. If I was to conduct myself in such an inappropriate manner, there is no way that I would continue my tomfoolery by inviting and disrespecting a woman I'm going to marry, on top of that, to a wedding, let alone any other place for that matter. I would never want to see that woman again in my life.
At that particular point, it was
what she did
12 hours before she was spoken for.
Oh my God, dude.
12 hours before she was spoken for. Now, look, and a lot of women that I've danced for they're not married yet. So I've heard that a lot. Dude, I've been in bridal showers when girls got to fighting.
Oh my God.
They get to fight, not over me. They get to fighting because one girl says something about the guy she was marrying that nobody should have known. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And so I'm sitting there getting my little dance and everything, and she's over here talking. And then this girl's like, she called out the husband's name and said, girl, is he built like that? The other girl said, no, he ain't. And everybody was like, okay, well, like, how you know? And the girl was like, oh, I'm just. Then the bride was like, bitch, I knew it was something going on with. And I'm like, what? I'm ear hustling. Okay. What? All of a sudden, a drink flew across the room, and they got up and they tore it up, man. I was like, oh, shit. Wow. Boom. They started fighting in another Georgetown University. Oh, wow. I was in a dorm at Georgetown University. They had strippers all day long. Had about 10 of us. You come at this hour. You come 2 hours later. And it was a girl's bridal shower, and she just had strippers all day long, but it was in Georgetown University dorms. People have been complaining all day. I'm the finale. I'm the last dude. I walk up in there, oh shit, Razor's here, boom, Razor, here's your room, go change. Boom, I put on my outfit. I had like this big Egyptian outfit, but I'm all oiled up and shit. You know, I'm having butt naked and I'm coming out, boom. All right, Boom, 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 boom. Open the door. Open the door. Campus police. Campus police. The girl's like, I'm not opening the door. I paid him for this amount. He gonna dance when he's done dancing. I open the door. They all shouting through the door. And I'm like, oh shit, this is campus police, y'all. It's like, they've been here all day. I'm like, all right, they're turning music up, Prince is playing. I'm like, head, do me to you. I'm like, yeah, we dance, having a good ass time. All of a sudden, the campus police was just fed up. I'm butt naked now, because I can do a nude show, but it's gonna be a lot of money.
Wait a minute. You allowed to do a nude show?
I can do a nude show at anybody's private house.
I did not know that you were
allowed to do a nude show.
I did not know that.
You can do a nude. I did a nude ass show. Then click, 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 click. Boom, door gets kicked open. Man, trust me. At the time, I'm 6'5". I was about, at that time, I think I weighed a little more than I do now. So I was probably breaching the scales at about 270.
Yeah, swole.
Yeah, swole. Big, tall, dark ass, oil everywhere, swole, sweaty.
Oil and just sweat.
All sweat.
Just dripping.
I'm standing in the middle of the floor.
When the light hits you.
The door opened up, man. They come busting in, man. About 4, man, hard, campus police dudes. They ran in there and all of us like, hey. And I was like, don't touch me.
I think you're good.
Yeah,
I think you're good.
You're good. You're okay. Okay. All right, ladies. This party is over, and she was still pitching the bitch. This party ain't over. Y'all been messing with me all day. Ain't nobody complaining. Y'all just want to get in here and talk to these girls that didn't want to talk to y'all. I don't campus police ain't shit. Oh, well, and I'm like, hey man, I'm gonna scoop my money up and I'm gonna go change. Man, they was looking at me like, bruh, we don't got nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you. And it was like, not that you big and bad, but you naked. You oily and you naked, and nobody trying to wrestle no cups on your ass. I was like, yeah, y'all don't want to do that, man. So, hey, I just scooped up a little money, man, and went on back. That was another experience that could have went the wrong way, man.
Yeah, man.
So many of them, man. But
it's dangerous being a stripper. It could be dangerous.
We got boys that got guns put to their head. We got boys that got shot at. We got boys that got trapped in houses. This is all in D.C. D.C. can be rough,
DC's
man.
gangster, man.
Straight up.
Yeah,
we had one boy got trapped in a house, man. Some girls called him and set him up. They set him up. And we were at a big show, one of them big Sunday shows, because the big shows are on Sunday. Mm-hmm. So everybody's always at one location. I think we were at the Hilton or the Holiday Inn on New York Avenue. Holiday Inn, New York Avenue. And the word got around, hey, so-and-so's trapped, man. These dudes got him in the house, man. Won't let him out. We was like, what? Man, jokers was in their costumes driving, man, down North Capitol. Boom, we was going to get our boy. What? 18 cars deep, hit the block, right? And they pointed to the house that he was in. And we get out, gangsters around that house. But it was 18 cars hit the block. And they was all like, okay, y'all good. And we called our boy, say, hey, man, come on out, man, come on out. And he came out. And so we was having a chit-chat. What the fuck happened, man? These girls got me, man. They called me up in there, man. They got me set the fuck up, man. Them niggas was trying to take my money. So what happened was he came out after he got done dancing, and he was walking down the corridor, and 2 dudes started coming at him, and he looked the other way. So he ran into somebody's apartment, and they locked it up, and that's when he called us. Wow. They was just trying to rob him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they was going to rob, but it could have went bad. Could have went either way.
The stripper party set
the stripper party.
So they just wanted their money back.
Huh?
They wanted their money back then that they got.
No. The girls, you know how DC is. You got a hood. The girls gonna do what the boys say. Oh, the boys was like, yeah, y'all have your little party, man. Get that little, whatever.
Yeah, so one of them set him up. One of them set him up to get the money from all the girls. Yeah, okay.
So he in there dancing. All the girls tip him out, and then whoever gonna pay him. Then she like, yeah, he out there now. Yep. So when he leaving, not only do he got that money, he got whatever money he done got all Sunday, because Sunday we be dancing. So he done got all, they get all the money he got on him. Or no, hubcapping was a long time before. Hubcapping was a long time before, man. But it's always a hustle somewhere in your life.
It was a time, you wrote about
it. It was a time.
Anyway, sorry, man. Go ahead. Yeah.
So no, man, we got him out of there, man, and we all, like I said, we was about 18 deep. We jumped in our cars, man, and we all left. We took off and shit, man. But that was an experience that could have went. It was so many experiences that could have went the wrong way, man. because you're in the nightlife and you're going into some questionable neighborhoods, man. And these dudes don't know you, man.
Yeah.
They don't know you, man. I've danced for some big-time drug dealers, man. They girls be out there. They say, no, man, we got a little business to do, man.
So you were doing it for a long time, high professional
17 years.
You did it for 17?
17 years,
Holy
man.
shit. I think I only did it for like a year.
17 years, man.
Dude,
I started in 91. I ended up in 2007.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, 2007.
Damn, bro. You did it for that long?
17 years, man.
Jeez,
Well, dude,
man.
I was making money. Remember the orange Corvette I pulled up in when I first hit the scene? I had a little orange Corvette.
Yeah.
Remember the Hulk motorcycle?
Yep.
The Incredible Hulk motorcycle I had?
Hey, wait, that was yours?
That was mine. It was parked out front all the time with all the graphics on it.
I didn't know that was yours.
That was mine.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's all mine. Yeah, man. All of that was mine. So that was
I remember that
leftover.
motorcycle. That
was leftover shit that I had from dancing, man. And I lived in out in Virginia, and I had a nice little life, man. All you do is look. Dancing is one thing that you.
I must have known you since when you were 40, 45?
46.
46, yeah.
46, absolutely.
Yeah, that's
because that's when I hit the scene here.
Yeah.
And we ain't gonna even talk about me trying to go into the WWE.
Oh, yeah, I remember you talking about that.
Yeah.
That's another story for later.
That's another story for later.
Yeah, man.
That didn't work out well.
Well,
That didn't work out well at all.
Razor, I will tell you this, my guy. It has been a complete and total pleasure, man.
Pleasure's all mine,
I cannot
brother.
wait to have you back. I cannot wait to have you back.
All you gotta do is call right up the road.
You are big success story, a big influence on a lot of people. The amount of light you bring in to when you walk in a room and you conduct yourself the way you conduct yourself, and you've been there for me in a lot of times, and man, you're a very special person to me, bro, because not one time have I not been able to come to you and just talk to you and just feel positive walking away from you. So,
Bro, well, look, the deal is that you don't need me to feel positive. All you got to do is look at your accomplishments in your life, man, because everybody else looks at your accomplishment in your life. You may not think they're looking.
I didn't even see it. I never even see it.
Yeah, I know, but everybody follows what you do, man. The deal is that we don't look behind us enough to see who's looking.
Yeah.
And sometimes the people that are looking at you walk your path are the people that need to see you walk that path because they don't have no other way. Just like we was talking about these kids here.
Yeah.
They don't have no other way, but they just need to see it. And so people watch you, man. You don't just every now and then look behind you and see all the BDSs that's all back there. The Big Daddy Swolls is coming, man. And they all trying to emulate. They all trying to do what you do. You're blazing a path, and you've done so many things. Like I said the other day, you've done so many things at a level that where you get to and you see that you are successful there. But your deal is you find out that sometimes it's bullshit there, and you kind of go, "Oh, I don't need this."
Yeah, so
Why?
especially the people.
Why? Because you're creative and you have the intestinal fortitude to go forth and say, okay, fine, I'll leave that shit alone because I got so many other ideas.
Or options or routes.
Or options or else. Yeah, that's you. That's you. But people need to see that sometime because every now and then you'll realize your dream and you'll get there and you'll be like, this is full of shit that I gotta fucking go through. Can I do it?
Yeah.
Swole did it. Or Swole came up with another idea.
Yeah.
Go do your thing.
Everything.
Go do your thing. Go do, man, that is the truth. Do everything. Once you get away from that base that's holding you there, that negative base, and it is a negative base to be in the hood and stuff like that. I understand you got to survive. It is your pride. I get that. Once you step away from that, then the world is your hood.
Yeah.
The world is your
The world
hood.
is. Yeah.
You've done that.
Man.
So when people see that,
I appreciate that, man.
they
really do.
They're behind you. They're watching, man. They're
I
watching. They're
appreciate that.
watching, and they'll find out. Okay, this dude, and especially when this podcast hits, when it hits hard to somebody's mental, and they're gonna be like, "I'm gonna do that.
Man.
I'm gonna do that because I don't see no way out." And we were talking about going to school,
Yeah.
learning to communicate, separating yourself, finding your own path. Sometimes all it takes is to get on your damn computer because the world will open up to you.
Yeah.
Get on your computer.
Those places are real.
Those places are real. Get on your computer, start something happening, man, and start to connect with like minds that can draw you to those places.
Yeah.
Because on that computer, everybody has their own audience. You don't have to go to the networks. You don't have to go to the studios. You don't have to deal with the record labels. You have an audience. They're all yours. They only want to listen to you. So you can connect to them now without having to go through the studio and say, no, we'll tell you what your demographic is. No, that's not really what I want to do, but if you pay me this money, I'm going to do it.
Or act a certain way.
Or act a certain
So
way.
you can obtain a demographic of people.
Yeah.
They aren't even your demographic.
This is the demographic we're looking at stalking, and we're going to use you to do it. But I don't got nothing in common with those people. Shut up and do this. Don't worry, you'll be fine.
Why would you want to build a demographic where you have to now pretend the rest of your career to be something that you're not?
But when you get through the labels or the studios, that's what they do to you.
Well, that's like, for me, it's like, I've always been like, listen, I already know I fuck up. I already know I'm human. I already know I do crazy shit. But when people see me fuck up, they're just gonna be like, "No, that's Swole.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
Ain't no shame in my game. You know, there's no fake apologies. There's no walking back from what I did. I apologize when I feel like I need to apologize. I've obtained that part of myself, as well as I feel you.
I do all the time. I do all the time.
So, you know, as far as I'm concerned, like, you're one of the good ones, brother.
Thank you, brother.
And I
appreciate it.
Man, I'm so blessed to have you in my life, man.
I feel likewise, bro.
You know,
you're
an amazing soul, and I cannot wait to have you back on this show, brother.
Part two
on the way, baby.
Y'all ain't seen. Well, look, we ain't even, bro. We ain't talked about the WWE. We ain't talked about how I got into bodybuilding. There's so many things. We ain't even talking about some of the shit that happened to me in acting.
We're gonna get to it. We're
it.
definitely gonna have you back, brother, because I'm telling you what, man, you're full of life, you're full of joy, you're full of wisdom, and man, you're someone that's very special for anyone to have in their life, brother.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, man. So, without further ado, hope you guys enjoyed our show. We love you guys. Stay up, stay focused, stay driven. Big Daddy Swolls, Jaye Razor. We out. Holla.
The big tank.